Good evening, and welcome to the BallGame Blitz TV show produced by Worthy Road Studios on the USJ High School Facebook page. I'm Seabass, your announcer for this evening. Chuck Walker will be the color announcer for USJ broadcast this football season. This is a copyright broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for 2022, and any rebroadcast, transmission, retransmission, editing, or further use of this BallGame Blitz TV show without the written consent of Worthy Road Studios is strictly prohibited. Other high schools covered by the BallGame Blitz TV show are Jackson Christian, TCA, and Trenton Peabody. And those games are broadcast on each high school's Facebook page. We also broadcast all Union University home games for volleyball, basketball, soccer, softball, and baseball. All of our BallGame Blitz games are archived to Worthy Road Studios' YouTube channel. Again, I'm Seabass, and I'll be your play-by-play announcer for USJ games this year for the BallGame Blitz show on the USJ High School Facebook page. Our director tonight is Paul Schulze, and he's also our replay operator. Our producer is Stephanie Yonda. Our cameras tonight are Eric Inman and Stephen Childress. Our executive producer for all of our schools and other sports and other events is Paul Schulze. Please support our advertisers who help make Worthy Road Studios' TV show BallGame Blitz broadcast the high quality that they are. Without these advertisements, there would be no new crews to bring you these broadcasts. Advertisers include replay sponsor Carlock Nissan, pregame sponsor Brooksy's Barn. A scoreboard sponsor is Thompson & Smith Insurance. Touchdown sponsors, Garrett Plumbing and Heating. First down sponsor, Thompson & Smith. Your field goal sponsors, Nest Realty. Corner logo sponsors are Mitchell's Body Shop, Jones Chevrolet, and the Blacksmith Restaurant. Other advertisers are Tennessee National Guard, Aloha Pools, Southeastern Termite and Pest Control, Elite Dental, McCoy's Heating and Air, Alive Hydration and Spa, Lifeline Blood Services, Kaufman's Home Furnishings and Appliances, Arrington Funeral Directors, Bank of Jackson, King Jewelers, and Lifestyle Visions. Well, it's week number 7 of the high school football season, and tonight finds us home at Kirkland Field on homecoming as the Fayette Academy Vikings at 3-3 on the season tackle your USJ Bruins 5-1 on the season and undefeated in region play. Again, tonight is homecoming, so we'll have festivities all throughout the night, including at halftime as well. It's great to see all the generations and all the classes from yesterday coming back, reuniting right here at Carlock Stadium at USJ for homecoming 2022. Now let's bring in my compadre, my partner in crime, not only on Everybody Talks, but for all of these great broadcasts, the one and only Chuck Walker in the house, who'll be doing all your color commentary tonight. Chuckster, good evening, my friend.
How do you feel?
How do I feel?
How do you feel?
I feel great.
I feel hydrated.
I do. I feel great, man. It's beautiful outside. We've got a great night for football. Not a cloud in the sky. Wind's not going to look at Old Glory. Just laying just perfectly still. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful night for high school football.
It really is. I was talking about just being hydrated, just feeling alive again because it's Friday. Last time we did a game, it was on a Thursday night. It was last week.
That's right.
And I obviously
tell that one day's difference.
Well, I had a pep in my step today that I didn't have last Thursday, and the only reason that could make sense is because you and I both went to a live IV hydration and spa today and got hooked up with the stuff. So I feel great, dude. I actually do. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. My body needs it. It craves it, and we got it. So, yeah, I'm really, really excited. You know what I'm noticing as we're looking down on the field here? I'm noticing that as the teams are warming up, that Pettigrew is really working a lot of balls over Sane's way. And we've seen Sane block like a madman. I mean, looks like Hines Ward out there sometimes blocking for the Bruins. But I'm curious if this is just, hey, this is where I'm throwing the ball, or if we're going to see a lot more targets tonight for Davis Sane.
We shall see. Look, USJ decided favorites in this one. Look, and by the way, it was great to go down when I got here today. It was great to go down on the field and see an old friend and a name that will be familiar to many of our listeners and viewers tonight, and that's head football coach at Fayette Academy, Michael Hodem. Now, Michael Hodem is a name that you know because he used to be the head coach for Trinity Christian.
I didn't know him.
He also headed over to Chester County and coached the Eagles, went over to Fayette.
Did a good job there.
And now stays in Fayette County and is the head coach here of the Fayette Academy Vikings, and they are 3-3 on the season. And it was great to see an old friend down there on the field. He's got a pretty good football team. He does. They beat a Halls team, and it's the only loss Halls has all year. Beat them by 3 touchdowns.
4-1 Halls team. If I'm
5-1.
5-1.
Yeah.
5-1 even.
Yeah.
Look at there. Got another win. I
Yeah.
snuck one in on me.
5-1 Halls will be taking on 5-1 Trenton Peabody tonight at Walter Kilzer Stadium. Dan Hughes and Terry Clement with the call on that one, and you can watch that game at not only Trenton's Facebook page and WNWS.com. Scroll to the bottom of the page, look for Trenton Peabody, push play, and you'll be swinging to the sweet sounds of Trenton Peabody Golden Tide football, courtesy of Worthy Roads Studio. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things here, Chiquita, that span back from last week and a couple weeks before that. So I went down to check and make sure Parker Barnes will be out again tonight, as will Will Horton. Both dressed in street clothes, have their jersey on down there. So
what about Hayes Carney? Have we seen
have
him
not
yet?
seen, have not seen, but
I'll send a text out and check on him.
But know for sure that those two, in fact, that with the previous aforementioned are out. Will Horton and Parker Barnes out for the night. The good news is every time somebody's gone down, whoever's been in charge of stepping in, next man up has been it's been a smooth transition.
Yeah.
You can hardly notice the difference. But I want to talk a little bit tonight about the USJ Bruins. Last week, we built it up as the game of the year. It did not turn out to be that way at the end of the day. It was a 42-point win, 59-17. The fourth time in 6 games in which USJ had the clock running in the second half. I mean, a lot of these games have gone quickly because they have just absolutely handled their business. 5-1 on the season. I guess my question to you tonight here, Chuck, is, and again, this is not Tith and Rosemark. They're better than that. This is a 500 football team. They're capable of moving the football. No doubt USJ is a better football team here. Is there any chance, after being so high last week, putting up 59 against your arch rival, winning the way that they did, taking a stranglehold on the region, everything going right, any chance here of potential, I don't know, I won't say letdown, but and they certainly aren't, and with Coach Strapp, they're not going to be caught off guard by Fayette Academy. But do you think maybe a little air out of the balloon after being so high last week? They have played almost flawless football for about a month now. Any reason to worry about that tonight?
Yes, of course. There's reason to worry. I mean, because it's a football game. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. If I'd have told you last week that USJ was going to win that game 59-17 or whatever it ended up being at the end there, you'd be like, wow, I don't think so. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's always that potential. I was thinking about this. For really the remainder of the Bruins schedule, that's what they're going to have to worry about, or weird letdown games, staying sharp and focused for the playoffs. I'll say this, though. Here's what it does, because you talked about Parker Barnes being out, people like that. It gives a lot of underclassmen or JV guys a chance to play in big-time varsity games and sharpen their sword. So if, goodness forbid, an injury does happen, they'll be ready. So, I mean, you got to kind of spin it positive. But those guys can't come in until the game is essentially over.
Yeah, and these two, this USJ team, you look at it from last week, and they really, they hit. Coach Strepp has got to be excited because his passing game was crisp, his running game has been crisp, the offensive line is blocked, the defensive line has been getting pressure, defense has been suffocating. That was an outstanding offense that they held to 17 points last week, and they're really hitting on all cylinders right now. I think Coach Strapp has really got to be pleased. We are now on the other side of the halfway point. We're on the downside of the regular season. After tonight, we'll have 3 regular season games. By the way, programming, no game next week because of fall break.
Yes.
So none of our games will be played next week. Yeah, and Chuck's going to be
out
of town.
Actually, we'll be back in town for Friday.
Then.
Yeah.
He'll be back in town, but there'll be no game on next Friday. So
what are we going to do?
I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do?
I mean, I'll tell you after the show.
All right.
Very excited about it.
Heck yeah. Did it work out then?
We'll see. Well, there's nothing to give you. There's nothing to give you. Put your hand down. Well, we shall. I'm bug, but nothing. We will see.
Okay.
We will see.
All right, guys.
Calm down over there. Don't jinx anything.
No. I'm saying a prayer.
So we won't have that game, but 2 weeks from tonight, stop or I will cut you out of the loop. 2 weeks from tonight, we will be on the road. Technically, down the road is probably the better way to put it. We will be at TCA. This is actually, Chuck, for the regular season, this is the last regular season home game tonight here against Fayette Academy. We are off next week. At Trinity in 2 weeks. Then we'll be at St. George and round out the season at Harding Academy to finish off the season with 2 trips to Shelby County. So hard to believe, but week 7 is the final regular season home game. But you got to feel pretty good about some playoff games right here at Kirkland Field. When we come back, we will take a look in just a few minutes here at some of the games going on around West Tennessee. Some big ones, a couple of games going on here in town as well. We'll tell you all about that. Jackson Christian, Trinity, and USJ all at home tonight and all decided favorites. We'll take a look at some of those here in just a few minutes as the Brooks East Barn pregame show rolls right along. We'll take this break and come back to you live from the press box at Kirkland Field on Worthy Road Studios.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Gen Z is a stalled generation.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big! Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Welcome back to the press box here at Kirkland Field. Seabass alongside Chuck Walker and the entire team here with Worthy Road Studios. You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I dropped my rosters. I get so nervous.
Wow, you have reached that age when you do this. Oh, when you have to like that.
And that it sneaks up on you, doesn't it?
Well, I haven't reached it yet.
No, you haven't reached.
Noticed that you have.
Ooh, well, you know what? I've got 41 the hard way. I don't know about you.
Man, I am ready for a night of high school football. It's not just here at USJ, but around Jackson, around West Tennessee. First, let's talk about our network of teams. Trenton Peabody, as we mentioned a minute ago, 5-1 on the season. They're only lost an opening season loss without their quarterback, by the way.
Right, to Milan.
Because I think they might beat Milan now if they were to play tonight.
I think if you were making, kind of like a USJ Union City matchup, like would you, even though they've played that game, would you make Union City a favorite on a neutral side?
I would take USJ.
I would as well. And the
USJ.
same thing with Peabody against Milan. We understand the game's been played, but we also understand that things change throughout the season.
Yeah.
And what about Coach Jacobs' post-game interview?
Absolutely loved it.
That man is phenomenal.
It's the stuff that legends were made.
He's the best. He's as good as you can get.
Yeah, you got that right. And you know, sometimes when you get to running that mouth, somebody will fix you for it. And Coach Jacobs
You learned that today.
He did it, man. He hooked it. Did I really?
Yeah. Remember that break when I put you in the camouflage?
No, don't remember that. But 2 5-1 teams, Halls and Trenton Peabody tonight from Walter Kilzer Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff. Dan Hughes and Terry Clement on the call. You know, it's interesting. If you just look at the matchup, it's 5-1 versus 5-1. And, hey, Halls has done well. This team we're going to call tonight, Fayette Academy, beat Halls, and it was their only loss so far this year. Beat them 28-7. Halls a fine football team, but they haven't played anything like what they're going to play tonight.
There's so many different levels of high school football. And there's also, you know what I've noticed, especially looking at these records, there are teams like the Bruins, like the Golden Tide, or Trenton Peabody, that go out and they find the toughest teams that they can play out of region to prepare them for the playoffs. Like, I mean, there are teams, you take different approaches, right? You approach the season to collect wins and get a good seed in the region, or you take the approach of, I'm going to sharpen my sword as much as I can. Iron sharpens iron.
That's right.
To get ready for the playoffs, to make a deep run. And that's what Peabody does year in and year out. So even though these teams have the same record, Peabody is a decided favorite.
You know, that's why, I'll be honest with you, that's why personally, I loved what Coach Strapp did in the summertime, and scrimmage teams much bigger than him, physical teams. And it absolutely got him ready. I guarantee you that's one of the main reasons they were able to get a win on this field right here against Hardin County. And ever since that win, Hardin County's been destroying everything in its path. They were mad. They just ran into a buzzsaw here with USJ. But I think what you're talking about right there is what got the Bruins prepared to beat a team like Hardin County. So I certainly understand where you're coming from. But I don't know if this is a mercy rule game or not tonight because I haven't seen Halls. But I'll just say this. If they lost to 3 touchdowns to Fayette Academy, I definitely would take Trenton Peabody over Fayette Academy. So I just don't know how they hang in this game and manufacture points. And more important, I don't know how they stop Trenton Peabody from scoring
points.
Thinking
like 44-14. So right there at the mercy rule.
I think
it depends on when it happens.
When
it happens, depends on it. But, yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for tonight. And I think that Trenton Peabody, I got fired up. I watched Coach Jacobs' post-game speech right before I came on just to get an extra pep in my step. And if you actually play for him, I can't imagine how fired up you are.
Oh, man, no question about it. Now let's look at a couple of games here in town. First, we mentioned Trinity Christian, 2-4 on the season, looking to get to 3-4. They should have no problem doing that tonight. You can listen to that game on 105.3. Of course, Dave McCauley and Stan Gerard with the call on that one for the Lions as they host winless Harding Academy, a couple of Lions. The Battle of the Lions taking place tonight just down the road. I have no reason to believe this is a close game. I think, and by the way, of course, you can watch that game at Trinity's Facebook page and on WNWS.com, courtesy of Worthy Road Studios. But I have no reason to believe that Trinity doesn't just get down and get loose on Hardin Academy tonight. I like Trinity big tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach Butler's team runs away with it early and often. And 2 things that they have. They've got a great quarterback and a great receiver right now for the Lions. I've watched a couple of their games, gone back and watched the replays on Worthy Road, and they're fun to watch. And, they should be able to do whatever they want to tonight. So it should be a huge night for every private school in town.
Agreed. And the other one is going to be Jackson Christian. They're at home tonight, and you can watch that game at WNWS and the Jackson Christian Facebook page, of course, courtesy of Worthy Road Studios. Coach Joe Holloway and Dave Wade will be on the call as Jackson Christian, and I think probably a pretty angry Jackson Christian
squad. It's a get-right game is what it's called.
Who is ready to handle some business tonight, and a perfect opportunity as winless TRA comes to town. We've done a TRA game. The USJ handled them mightily early in the season. I think it was the game after Union City, if I remember correctly, and they haven't looked back since, by the way. It was the start of some great things for the Bruins here. But this should be all Jackson Christian tonight. And this might be one of those games that we saw like when they played ECS and a couple of these others where it's like 45-3 or 6 at the half.
I'm looking for Jalen Mosley to have over 200 all-purpose yards tonight. I really think between his returns, reception yards, the sweeps that they do to him, I think, yeah, for sure that could be – he could have a huge night. Cam Newton – not Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Sorry.
Cam Boyd.
Cam Boyd. Sorry. Reminds me of Cam Newton. They're both so fast. I could
Cam
see.
Newton's 6'5".
Well, but they're both really good at football.
Quarterback.
What I meant to say is they're both really good at football. But yes, I can see both of them going off tonight. Then Boyd having a big get-right game.
Yeah, here in town, boy. This is not one I don't think I'd want to call, but Haywood and Northside going to get it on tonight at the reservation. Now, I will tell you this. Now, look, Northside in 2 of their last 3 games has pitched a shutout and 8 points. One on the road against Ripley, lost 8-0. Then, of course, last week got their first win last Thursday night, 39-0 over Liberty. Got their very first win of the season. But what they're facing tonight is – it's a whole nother deal. It's the best team in West Tennessee, and honestly,
are they better than Munford?
Yeah. I don't think there's anybody that's going to put anybody ahead of Haywood County right now. They are just playing the game of football at another level right now.
Carterville, Germantown, all them.
Well, that's Shelby County. Yeah, when you do West Tennessee, you don't.
Okay.
I learned a long time ago
you
don't count Shelby County for some reason.
You take them over Henry County?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. If we're going to count them in West Tennessee, I think those would be the top 2. I think
what Henry County did to South Gibson last week.
3-touchdown win in Medina.
Yeah,
we're going to take this break here and we want to talk a little more about USJ before the start of this game. We're about 9.5 minutes away from kickoff, but we're just a minute or 2 away from our national anthem and a prayer as well. So we're going to go ahead and take this break and do that and come back and get you ready for USJ and Fayette Academy right here on Worthy Road Studios.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Here live at Kirkland Field, Seabass alongside Chuck Walker. We are just minutes away from the start of this one here in week number 7, USJ and Fayette Academy. The captains will be out here in just a few minutes, and we'll take a look at what happens and if it holds true the way it has lately, the Bruins have been on offense, a month in a row, I think it is?
Now, do they have the ball to start the game last week? They lost the toss, but did they get the ball?
They got the ball first.
They lost the toss. So it's getting the ball is what has been a 5-week run.
Yeah, they've had, and now they've accepted every time they've won in that run, and once or twice the other two teams deferred and let the Bruins go get on offense first. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want that offense on the field if I'm another team. If I get the opportunity to make my decision, I am going to accept that football. Now,
I agree.
Let's talk about a couple of things. Let's talk about something that happened last week. A coming out party, if you will, for Noah Spencer, the sophomore wide receiver / DB who literally had his hand in pretty much every aspect of last week's big win. And, you know, it occurs to me right now the two biggest weapons in that passing game are underclassmen right now. Of course, Jace Barksdale, but you throw Noah Spencer in there, and let's not forget that they've gotten Raleigh Seals a lot more involved in that passing game. I think, had a touchdown in 2 straight games, really played well. And then there's Kevin Finch, who has really had a heck of a season
right now. Do it all, Finch.
Line's blocking great, but and you mentioned Davis Sane, I hope I like to see, he's such a good football player. I really like this young man. But I got to say, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I think the progression of Berkeley Pettigrew this year is one of the finest progressions I've seen from a quarterback from the beginning of the season to this point. I mean, he's been money, and we're out here watching. That arm looks so strong right now, and the most important thing, Chuck, the guy's playing with confidence.
Yes, and yes, number 1 and 2. But number 3, the decision-making. You can see Pettigrew, since that Union City game on, I don't know that he has made a poor decision or a poor throw since then. You hate to get a loss to get a win, but it feels that way. Another kid that we could think of just from 2 weeks prior was number 6, Christian Melton. Much like Noah Spencer, stepping up and having a huge game 2 weeks ago. Those are all underclassmen that, I mean, they're not just playing. There's one thing to play, but it's another thing to contribute in a big way. So also keep your eye out tonight for number 6, Christian Melton. And number 6 happens to be my favorite number. All my kids wear 6.
Is that right?
Yeah, all of them.
I don't know why I didn't know
George
that about you.
Even George before I knew him, Will forever, Knox. So there, and now Christian Melton, all 4 of my boys.
You know,
he's not mine. I shouldn't say that.
If we had to pick an MVP at this point of the season, there's a lot of ways that you could go. And now,
are we talking unit or player?
I'm talking about individual player.
Can we go offense and defense?
I think we have to.
Yeah.
I think we have to because it's probably going to be Jace Barksdale on offense.
And no house parties on Barksdale.
Even though Finch has been insane, Pettigrew. I mean, really, everybody's done amazing.
Hard. I mean, if you're really talking about, yes, there's so many. And then the blocking, I mean, this is not a slight on anybody. To me, it's Barksdale and then Finch, only because Barksdale's explosiveness. But how many, Finch against Jackson Christian had 4 30-yard carries, and then we quit counting.
Yeah, he's got back-to-back 200-yard games, too, and 8 touchdowns, 7 on the ground, 1 in the air. He's been actually 2 in the air. He's been lighting it up. But to me, as good as this defense has been, and it has been, the one that is really I keep gravitating to is an easy one.
Yeah,
and that's Ty O'Neal. Ty O'Neal has been
TJ O'Neal.
He's been unblockable, is what he's been. He's been completely unblockable for other offensive lines. They've had no luck with double nickel, and I don't see that changing tonight.
Yeah, Ty O'Neal is fun. He's not and when I say big, he is thick. He's built like a Jack Daniels barrel, but he's not the tallest guy in the world, but he is so stout. Like you can see the strong when you just look at him, and he just moves you out of the way, can tackle people with one hand. Reminds me a lot of you when I watch some of your old game tape back in Kingsbury.
Yeah, in Kingsbury? Well, so of course, we did not have a home field, a home stadium anyway. Well, we had to play at the fairgrounds. Now, the captains are walking out to midfield. Your captains for the Bruins tonight, Berkeley Pettigrew, your senior quarterback, Mark Cox, the senior offensive lineman, Kevin Finch, the senior running back, and, of course, Parker Barnes, who is not playing tonight, and I believe this is the 3rd straight week for the senior Parker Barnes out tonight for the USJ Bruins. Let's look away across the field for the Vikings. Number 3, Corbin Howard, the sophomore quarterback, one of your captains, as well as I'm looking at the wrong one.
Yep.
Good grief.
Corbin Howard plays for the Bruins.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yep. Thank you very much. Corbin Bowling, the sophomore quarterback for Fayette Academy. Connor Maines, the senior running back for the Vikings. Eason Wells, your tight end, senior, and one more for you, and we'll get that in just a second. I've done that. Just get away from my paper before I toss you out that window.
You know, I would listen to me, guy. If y'all ever see Bass and he has something in his teeth, don't tell him. He wants no help. I mean,
you know what? I take everything back.
No, it's fine. Go ahead and tell him, Bass.
Let's see. Well, I can't until Kevin Finch moves. I'm not going to feel bad about that. Well, actually,
I could tell you, but I'm not.
Who's that other one, Chuck? Just out of curiosity.
Wyatt Morris, number 24.
24, Wyatt Morris. I don't know what took you so long.
I made it up, but I got like a 1 in 50 shot.
All right, here's the coin toss. Let's see what we've got. Had to flip it again. The white hat did.
What happened?
And the Vikings have deferred to the second half.
6 weeks.
For the sixth straight week in a row,
it's been a good 6 weeks.
The USJ Bruin offense will be the first to take the field. And here they come through the banner here on homecoming night. Your 5-1 and undefeated in region play, USJ Bruins. All right, Chuck, how you seeing this one playing out tonight?
I'm seeing USJ getting up big, and I think this defense plays well. I'm looking at before the second unit comes in, I'm looking at a 44-10 game. Now, I'll say this, some guys to keep an eye on. What about Carson Moore, the freshman that benches over? He got 325 last week, by the way. I'm looking at guys like Carson Moore to have a big night on that second unit. He's really been playing well in practice. I talked to him this week in the gymnasium. I stay as far away from him as I can get. He's so strong. He intimidates everybody. Kid's 15.
He already outbench you right now.
Oh, are you kidding me? Dude, 335? I'm 41 years old. I have no problem saying I cannot get 335 up as many times as he can.
Well, we've all been there, man. So it looks like we're about ready to play some high school football. Don't know about you guys, but I'm pumped up week 7. Of course, producing and directing, Bryce Mott back at the studio at Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM. Bryce will take you to 10 o'clock after this one goes final. We'll do a short post-game show, and then we'll send it to Bryce Mott, and he will have the post-game show for you.
You coming to eat with me?
Very much looking forward to that. What do you mean?
Maybe I said that wrong. Do you want to go eat after the game?
Well, it's hard for me to manage because I just had a wrap just a second ago.
Coolio?
Just before we got here.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I'm not hungry, but maybe by then. And if so,
I appreciate your commitment to our friendship.
Are you buying?
How many times do we eat together and I don't? They say you can't buy friends, but I have proven that theory to be.
I'm willing to give it a shot. Here we go.
Proven that theory wrong.
Kicking off for the Vikings, number 81, Zane Pike, the sophomore. He also was just a wide receiver on the team for the Vikings. We are officially underway, taken at the 10-yard line. That's Barksdale on the return up to the 20, looking to bounce it out and nothing doing, swarmed under by a host of Vikings, and the Bruins will begin their first drive on their own 22-yard line.
Yeah, really good coverage there for the Vikings on that because, normally it's party time when Barksdale is returning the kick there, but just that one gets right out to the 20. We're going to call that the 22, yeah. Really good coverage there, really disciplined coverage for the Vikings.
I need to get a piece of tape. There we go. Perfect.
What are you doing?
I'm going to put it up on the wall like you told me last time. It was
that's
a great
such a good idea. It was a good idea. I'm going to do that too.
Great idea on your part.
Well, I have a lot of those.
All right, here we go. Bruins' first play of the game from the gun for Pettigrew. It's a handoff to Finch off the left side. Has plenty of room off left side. Falls forward and finally taken down. We'll see if he's got the first down. It's right at the marker. Maybe just a little bit short.
You know what Finch does a good job here is getting around the edge here, getting right outside the tackle, and what he's done all season long. The minute that he's hit right here after a 5-yard gain. It takes 3 Vikings to bring him down. That will be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, they initially spotted it short, but they'll give him a first down, a Thompson and Smith first down for the Bruins. Here we go. Here is Berkeley Pettigrew out the flat, finds his release valve, makes a man miss, still on his feet. That's Barksdale, still going, gets a block from Seals, and finally ran out of bounds right around the 49-yard line of the Bruins. That is good for a 17-yard play and a Thompson and Smith first down.
We talked about Davis Saint having really good blocking skills. Number 17 out right here. You'll see him right here on your replay. Clear that up, open up a lane, and you're talking about another 7 yards there for Barksdale. Yeah, Davis Saint is an unbelievable blocker.
Just shy of midfield. Bruins on the opening possession of this game. Here's Pettigrew with the slip screen that is low, and Saint can't get it even if he catches it. It's a good thing that he didn't catch it because if he catches the ball, he loses a yard.
Right, yeah, good call there. I'm sorry, that was super loud. I apologize.
Way loud.
Yeah, my bad, dog. But yes, Saint looks like he slipped on the play too. Ball's just a little in front of him there on the screen pass. Incomplete, but you know what? Not the worst thing that could have happened.
Just a little bit. Even if he doesn't slip down there, it's probably going to be blown dead right there because I think that knee was on the ground. All right, here we go. Pettigrew from the gun. Here's Finch straight up the middle. Has a huge hole. Still going on his feet. Makes a man miss down the seam at the 30, the 25. Makes a man miss 15, 10, 5. Forget about it. 51 yards later, we have ourselves your very first Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. Kevin Finch on the 51-yard touchdown run.
On that one touchdown run, I counted a stiff arm, 3 jukes, and a 10-yard break. Kevin Finch, I can't imagine many people in West Tennessee having more yards after initial contact this season than him.
Well, the interior of that offensive line blowing a huge hole open in that A-gap on the right side. All right, here we go. Drew English into the game for the extra point attempt. That one didn't even take a minute on that drive. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And your new score with 11:03 to go here in the first quarter, USJ 7 and Fayette Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Tell them I would like a Diet Pepsi.
Well, no one cares what you want to drink. Let's get some football going here. Not even 1 minute, Chuck. Not even 1 minute on the ground. Kevin Finch already establishing himself in this football game with a 51-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and really nice pass to Pettigrew to Barksdale to get the first original first down on that. USJ's they look like a machine, both offensively and defensively up to this point.
English set to kick off for the Bruins. We'll get you the deep backs here in just 1 second. Swings that big right foot. It's taken at the 11-yard line. Straight up the middle. Has a seam. Still on his feet. Still going. And finally taken down close to the 40-yard line. We'll call it the 41-yard line for the Vikings. Is that Wyatt Morris?
That's Wyatt Morris, yeah.
On the carry for the Vikings. Very good field position for this offense as they start things off.
Yeah, Wyatt Morris really just ran up the right hash the entire time there, found a lane. And I'll tell you something I've noticed about Fayette Academy. Really good special teams, both on the kickoff, the opening kickoff, and there on the return, opening up a hole for Morris.
So Corbin Bowling is the quarterback for the Fayette Academy Vikings, again coached by Coach Michael Hodum, for the Trinity Christian head coach. Under pressure from USJ and swarmed under, and Bowling is going to lose about 7 yards on the quarterback sack. Nothing doing. Looked like Raleigh Seals on that tackle leading the charge.
Yeah, you'll see Seals come in here unhampered on this loss of 5 here. Really good pursuit. That right side was shut down immediately for the Vikings.
Yeah, completely collapsed by the left side of that USJ defense.
And look, USJ's had a few games this season where they've been undersized on the line. Look how much bigger the line is than the Vikings here. And these guys have played well even when they were undersized.
USJ doesn't care what's in front of them.
No, not at all.
They don't care what's in front of them. Bowling, all right, here we go. This time operating from under center, one wide receiver. Now here's a man in motion, dive off the right side. Absolutely nothing doing. Maybe about a yard there on second down, and that's it.
Yeah, other than the Union City game, when the Golden Tornadoes would win the battle, maybe, at least half that game at the line of scrimmage, they just, you can't move USJ off the ball. You cannot get a push. It is so hard to run up the middle against this defensive front.
Yeah, Ty O'Neill leading the charge. That time that'll set up third and a long 12 for the Vikings. 3 wide receiver sets, 1 to the short side. That's your right. Twins to the left. 1 running back in the backfield flanking the right side of Bowling. Here's the quarterback snap. Steps up in the pocket under pressure. Now rolling, looking to the right. Can't. Now tucks it and goes out of bounds. Wanted to find a man on the right side. Nobody was there. That's a great job of coverage by that USJ secondary. He'll get up to about the 44, but not nearly enough for a first down, and the Bruins have held on their first defensive possession.
Yeah, Christian Melton, the linebacker, coming up there to force him out of bounds. We told you to watch Melton in pregame. He's one of these that have really stepped up over the past few weeks, filled in, and made a huge impact here for the Bruins.
I think I saw Davis Sane on the defense on that play, too. It looked like he was running out of bounds on that play as well. I'll have to see if I saw that correctly. We'll go back in just a minute. In the meantime, the Vikings with their first punt of the game. No pressure. It's a high wobbler taken at the 31-yard line with a huge lane down the right sideline. Still on his feet, still going, dragging Viking defenders all the way into Bruin territory. I believe that's Noah Spencer on the carry. It is. He's down to the Viking 43-yard line, and that's where the Bruins will set up shop with their second drive, leading 7-0.
Yeah, Spencer reminds me so much of Barksdale, and sometimes the number 5 and the number 8 are hard to see from where we're sitting. And I can, last week we messed it up.
The monitor for that. When it's one of them, I always look at the monitor first.
They look the same and they play the same, which is great news for the Bruins fans because Spencer is only a sophomore.
And these 50-year-old eyes cannot see the way they used to do.
A lot of
Pettigrew from the gun. Finch to his left. Here's the snap. Straight back drop. Going for a man. Has Seals wide open at the 25. Makes a man miss and is finally taken down about the 14-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a 30-yard pickup. And the Bruins are in business in the red zone once again with a Thompson and Smith first down.
Yeah, let's talk about the touch on this pass because, yes, Seals was wide open, but he had to throw that over some linebackers. And so he lifted that ball up and dropped it right into Riley Seals where he could take it and still run for 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, hit him on the wheel route, wide open, uncovered, and great job by Pettigrew finding him. Here we go. 1st and 10. Here's Pettigrew. Snap is high. Finds his man, Davis Sane, at the 7. Makes a man miss. Stretches out. Still on his feet, but he'll come up just short at the 2-yard line. It's enough for a Thompson and Smith first down. Sane was fighting trying to get into the end zone. Let's see if they pay him off right here. 1st and goal for the Bruins from the 2.
I love that back pylon toss that they do here to Sane. That deep throw here, especially down at the goal line in the red zone. It's just hard to cover.
Yeah, you got to believe that might be coming here. And there it looks like he's got 2 defenders on him. We'll see if they rush the other ones. Here we go. That's exactly what the play is. And wide open and untouched, uncovered into the end zone. Davis Sane for a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. And just like that, the Bruins have a 13-point lead 3.5 minutes into this football game.
Yeah, I really love that, and I feel I could see it in pregame working Sane in even more. There's not a lot of high school teams got a 6'6" receiver that could block and could also go out and make those catches.
The extra point is up, and it is good. That is English once again on the extra point, and your new score with 8:24 left to go here in the first quarter. USJ 14 and Fayette Academy nothing on Worthy Road Studios.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's. For your life.
We're taking a look at the replay here of that last touchdown from Berkeley Pettigrew to Davis Sane, set up by the big run by Raleigh Seals, and it's just wide open pitch and catch. It really doesn't get any easier than that. Pettigrew saw the mismatch and finds his senior transfer for the touchdown.
Yeah, really tough to defend. I like to see that. I like to see the work going in there. USJ looking great. If you're a Bruin fan, this is everything you wanted to see. And like I said, Fayette Academy's this isn't no pushover game. It's a decent team out here on the field right now.
Guys, the Bruins are as locked in as I've ever seen them. All right, English with the kick. It's a kick that hits at the 25, bounces straight up to the return man, and he is going to be met by a host of Bruins right around the 30-yard line, and that's where Fayette Academy will begin their second possession.
Yeah, much better coverage, staying in your lane there for the Bruins, not to allow the big gain there. So, yeah, right on the 30. Here we go.
So Corbin Bowling and this offense is going to have to get something going on this drive or they could be in trouble early.
Yeah, quick update, Jackson Christian game that's having just a little bit of problem with their internet feed. They're trying to get it going right now. You can listen to the game on 93.1, but they're trying to get the internet feed going. That game should be live ASAP.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. 3 wide receiver set, end around, and a huge hole right up the middle. 45-50 down into Bruin territory. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, and taken down at the 2-yard line. A huge run that time for number 24, Wyatt Morris. Just a gigantic hole off the right side of that Viking offensive line. And then it was a foot race, and I believe that was Barksdale and Sane who finally took him down after a monster 68-yard gain.
Huge gain there. That right side, there was a hole open, and what a great seal block as Morris cut back in. Huge gain for the Vikings there. Looked like that was number 4. Yeah, Eason Wells, the tight end on that huge block to open up that hole there for the Vikings.
Connor Maines in the backfield. Here's a man in motion. Toss sweep to Maines trying to string it out. Raleigh Seals chasing him from behind. Let's see if there's some mustard on there. I thought Seals may have got the horse collar there. No call on that one. He'll make it down to the 1-yard line. A gain of 1, setting up 2nd and goal for the Vikings.
Yeah, you'll see a great tackle just here at the hips here with Seals.
You see it here.
As it sweeps around to the right side, Raleigh comes in. You're right there just at the hips.
Right there at the end of the tackle?
Nah,
yeah.
Hips. That's all I saw was hips, baby. That's
hips,
legal.
Hips.
The
2nd and goal.
Hips don't lie.
2nd and goal from the 1. For the Vikings, trailing 14-0, 7:08 left to go here in the first quarter. Now here's a high snap given to the right side, and he'll get back to maybe the line of scrimmage. That's Connor Maines, who's a big back, 6'1", 200 pounds, and nothing doing that time. He gets back just maybe to the line of scrimmage, setting up 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
You know, something we haven't talked a lot about has been this red zone defense of the Bruins. As they've been tested down here throughout the season, they've held strong most of the year.
You got to believe it's 2 plays to get a yard. There's not much a field goal would do for the Vikings here, except say you got on the board. So we'll see what happens. Now Bowling under center this time. Turns, give it to Maine straight up the middle. Did he get in? No signal yet. And there it is. He is in for the touchdown. An extra point will cut this lead in half. Fayette Academy with a monster answer on that drive, set up by the 68-yard run by number 24, Wyatt Morris, and then Connor Maines on his 3rd attempt plunging into the end zone for 6.
Good job right up the middle there for the Vikings to get that in. You know, had a short job to go, or short way to go, and they did it, cashed it in.
Zane Pike for the extra point. It is blocked, and did it still go? It got blocked, but still had enough to go over, just barely clearing that crossbar, and the extra point is good, and your new score, what is it, Chuck?
Go ahead. I'm going to finish.
Your new score was 6:41 left to go in the first quarter. USJ 14 and Fayette Academy 7. We'll keep it right here. Now, what is it that you saw?
If you go back and we see the replay, that got blocked up. That kick was such a line drive. When it got hit, it moved up. That thing got blocked up into the uprights.
So
that's how that works.
Maybe it does. It's no good if it doesn't get blocked. Is that what you're saying?
You want to block it for sure, but yeah, that ball actually lifted after it was touched.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you say it, that's absolutely the way
it's
that
100% what happened. Yeah, no, so when I hold my hand out like this, and when you finish your statement, then before we go to break, I'd like to jump in and just tell you that. That's what that means.
That's cool.
It's a little.
It's right here.
How would you like to see it? I mean, if you don't see it with your eyes, what would you like to see it with?
You know,
sir,
Mr. Bass.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready for this.
Go. I'm ready for a great game tonight,
Heck
man.
yeah, baby.
Yeah, that's a huge answer for Fayette Academy. It had started having one of those looks of these, 48-0 by the half type of deal.
And that's what you're going to have to do if you're Fayette. You're going to have the 64-yard plays. You're going to have to live there and die there to keep this thing close. That's exactly what's going to have to happen. USJ is too disciplined to let you beat them 5, 6, 7, 8 yards at a time.
Bruins, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. The third is on the way. Let's see what happens with this third possession. That kick taken by Barksdale at the 18-yard line, working his way across the field, still on his feet, and finally taken down around the 33-yard line. And that is where Berkeley Pettigrew and this Bruin offense will set up shop for their third drive of the evening.
Yeah, and really good so far special teams play. We've seen 3 special teams plays here by the Vikings, and really disciplined there. And that's big. That's a huge, huge thing. Often an underappreciated thing in football at every level, special teams play.
All right, let's see what this USJ offensive line, who's been so good all year long, what they have in store. Did he go back on the ground with Finch? We'll see. A 3-wide receiver set, twins to the right. Spencer by himself out to the left. Here is Finch to the right, kicking it out, stiff arm. Defended fairly well, still on his feet, and finally ran out of bounds. He'll pick up about 3 or 4 yards on the play, and really that seemed to me like that was all Kevin Finch.
Yeah, absolutely. Finch there, the edge was set for the defense, just making something happen on nothing. Breaks hard to the right, getting the block. He's got a chance to get tackled. This guy is really hard to bring down.
Yeah, the fact that he got 3 yards out of that was pretty much all 31 at that time. 2nd and 7 for the Bruins from their own 36-yard line. Berkeley from the gun, looking to his left, out in the flat, has his man. That's Barksdale, spins around now, and fakes the defender out of his shoes, still on his feet, and down to the 45-yard line of Fayette Academy. Easily good enough for a Thompson and Smith first down, but watch this replay, Chuck. Watch this move by the junior wide receiver.
Yeah,
just a 5-yard little fan route, completed, hits the break, spins around, and then slides back to the left side on a little crossover, if you will, and fakes the defender out of his shoestrings. Holy cow.
Spins to the left. Barksdale spins to the left, then steps to the right, pumps back to the left to get a huge gain there. That's so hard to do.
1st and 10 for the Bruins from the Fayette Academy 45-yard line. Pettigrew in the gun, looking straight back, has his man on the left sideline. Beautiful adjustment on the back shoulder throw. That's Raleigh Seals with a big-time completion down to the 22-yard line. Easily enough for a Thompson and Smith first down.
Seals is really getting involved in this first quarter on the offense. You'll see a very nice comeback to the ball play here from Seals as he breaks out. He's got it all the way, stops and catches it, sets his feet, gets 4 feet in bounds there for a huge first down for the Bruins.
And that wasn't even bad coverage that time. That was a perfect back shoulder throw by Berkeley Pettigrew on a little wheel out of the backfield by Raleigh Seals. Man, this offense is clicking on all cylinders. Just outside the red zone, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the Fayette Academy 23-yard line. And Bruins trying to get in formation. Here we go. Twins to the short. Davis to the right. Here's play action now. Pettigrew calling his own number around left end. There's a flag down. He'll run out of bounds around the 13-yard line, but there was a flag thrown right around the line of scrimmage, so let's see what the call. Did you happen to see what the call might be?
I did not. I'm sorry. We're having a little bit of trouble with the Jackson Christian game getting it going, so I'm trying to help a fan right here on our text line. I do apologize.
Yeah, that's a campus-wide thing too. It's not a Worthy Road studio thing.
No, of course, yeah.
Yeah, they were having a problem with it at the whole campus today, so hopefully they can get that bad boy going. That was a holding call against the Bruins, and that's going to back the ball all the way up to the 33-yard line, making it 1st and 20.
Quick scoring update. TCA leads 23-0 with only 6 minutes gone out of the first quarter.
Yeah, Harding Academy's having a tough season. Here's Kevin Finch around the left side, still on his feet, bowling over defenders, still going, and finally taken down at the 16-yard line. That'll be a gain of 17 on 1st and 20. Huge run. Not enough for a first down, but certainly puts them back ahead of the sticks.
6 different Vikings laid a hand on Finch there before he was finally brought down.
Well, Mark Cox, one of the captains on this offensive line and on this offense, just blowing people up downfield, pulling from his guard position and laying people out. That'll set up 2nd, and they'll say he actually went out around the 17-yard line. So it'll be 2nd, and we'll call it 5 for the Bruins. Here's a man in motion. That's Finch. Now a little slip screen down to the short side. He's got a man. That's Noah Spencer, and he will cruise into the end zone for a Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. He had a convoy on that little screen to the short side, and he basically goes untouched. Set up beautifully, Chuck. Here we go. You get Finch in motion, take the whole side of the offensive line, pull him over here, find Noah Spencer, and there is nobody that even lays a finger on the sophomore, and he is into the end zone. 3 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Bruins. Here's the extra point, and I believe that's Cooper Sykes this time. It is. And it is good. Your new score with 4:39 left to go here make that 4:33 left to go here in the first quarter. USJ 21 and Fayette Academy 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
For the third time tonight, USJ will be kicking off. And no, they did not kick off to start this football game, and we're not even 8 minutes into it. That's how explosive this Bruin offense is, and hadn't been like a kickoff return or an interception run. It's been 3 different drives, and all equally effective.
And think about how much Kevin Finch helps your passing game. That play-action pass there to Barnes, everybody's got to follow Finch any direction he goes. And then all of a sudden, a wide-open Barnes on a screen 20 yards down the field for a touchdown.
I do almost anything for you to stop touching me. I just would.
How come you didn't wear your proper shirt?
I did. I got some sauce on it on the way over here. I stopped and got me a wrap. Here's a kick by English, taken at the 9-yard line, right up that right hash with a seam, and a nice return that time, taken back to the 32-yard line. That's Wyatt Morris. I'll tell you this much. We've only seen Wyatt Morris basically, other than that one big run. I promise you this, he would have the ball in his hands quite a few times. He's got size, but he's got speed to go along with it.
Yeah, Wyatt Morris, Barksdale did come from the opposite side of the field to get him, but Wyatt Morris is a really, really big. And he's only a junior, if I looked that up right. Yeah, he's a junior, 5'11", 160.
I like Morris and Maines. I think they have 2 good weapons here. Here we go, Corbin Bowling, the sophomore quarterback from the gun. Maines to his left. 3-man front. Here we go. Bowling calling his own number on that zone read to the right side. Nothing doing. Maybe a yard, if that. Probably more like back to the line of scrimmage, USJ. And they keep testing the left side of that USJ defense. Not that the right side's any easier, but they're not having any success there.
You know what I just realized? One of the reasons we're seeing Davis Sane in is because Will Horton is out tonight. And Will Horton has been just as locked down as Jace Barksdale has been up until this point.
And all that length, too, man, that coverage radius. Here we go, Maines in the backfield. This time Bowling under center. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings, trailing 21-7. That 3-man front against that tight formation. Here we go. It's a straight give to Maines. Forget about it. Raleigh Seals stands him up at the line of scrimmage and calf ropes him down. Maybe a half-yard gain, but the senior just whipping the right side of that Fayette Academy offensive line. We get a replay here. Watch Raleigh Seals. This is just a 3-man front. Nothing to it. Just a 3-man front. No stunts. He literally just whips his man off the line of scrimmage, and I don't guess we'll be having a replay on that one. 3rd and 10. For the Vikings setting up. They need a 3rd down conversion here. You do not want to punt it back to this offense.
Seals missed a game earlier this season. He looks to be fully healthy right now and affecting both sides of the ball early for the Bruins.
Single wide out to the left. Here's your man in motion, and it's play action. And from the back end, he is taken down by double nickel. Ty O'Neill whipping his man on the right side of the edge of that USJ defense, and it's a sack, a loss of 5 yards, and the Vikings will have to punt. Look at Ty O'Neill. He's not even spread out. He literally just goes around and just outruns that left tackle, and there's nothing Bowling can do. He can't even get set up. O'Neill with a huge sack and setting up the punt.
It's been almost 10 minutes since we had called his name. Ty O'Neill was not going to let that happen on the defense. Huge sack there, and you knew it was coming.
And by the way, I do have a scoring update in that Jackson Christian game.
Okay.
It was 7-0, 20 seconds into the game is what we have. Thank you to Grant Boykin for that one. Hey, here's the punt. A lot of pressure, but just gets it off. It's actually a really good punt that takes a Viking bounce at the 43 and then rolls all the way down to the 35-yard line. That's 44 yards, 44-yard nets on the punt, and there was a lot of pressure on him that time, but Pike did a great job of getting that punt away.
Yeah, swung around to the right side and dropped that one in. And Barksdale wisely doesn't try to pick up the hop with two people on him.
No, he's such a smart player.
He really is
such
headsy, and only a junior. Bruins fans, you get to see this guy play another year. Can you imagine what it looks like a year from now? I mean, he's not getting worse.
3 touchdowns on 3 drives. Bruins getting the ball for the 4th time with just a skosh under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter from their own 36-yard line, leading 21-7 and looking for more. 3 wide receiver set, Twins to the right, Finch flanking Pettigrew. Here's some option football, calling his own number up the middle, still going on his feet and taken down at the 45-yard line. That's good enough for an 8-yard gain for Berkeley Pettigrew.
You know, we probably haven't seen that more than 1 or 2 times every single game, but what a nice weapon to have when you need to use it here from Pettigrew. Decided to take the ball himself, find a lane here, not pitch it, and then just make a really good cut upside for an 8-yard gain.
Honestly, if he pitches that football, Finch is probably still running. There's no one there. No, that's a touchdown probably if he pitches that football. 2nd and 2 from the 45-yard line. Here's a man in motion. That's Barksdale on the end-around handoff. He's got the first down and much more into Viking territory, still on his feet and finally down around the 37-yard line. Well enough for a Thompson and Smith first down.
Yeah, Barksdale can do anything that you need him to do. Look at him coming in motion right here. Quick pass to him, that little short pass. Look at the Finch blocking, just cleaning everything up. Yeah. If Barksdale wasn't so fast, Finch was about to make another block.
Yeah, Finch is like, I thought I was – that must have been Barksdale. I thought I was fast. And you are, young man. That Barksdale is just some kind of something. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bruins from the 37-yard line. Here's the snap. The Pettigrew finds his man out on the right sideline. That's Noah Spencer. He'll fall forward for about a 6-yard gain, setting up 2nd and 4 from the Bruins from the Viking 31.
Yeah, nice little pass here. I like working Spencer in here. And he fights hard, too. Just a sophomore. Look at this. After he makes this reception, contact is made pretty close to where the reception was, and he falls forward for 2 more yards, having to be forced out of bounds.
You see the sag in the coverage, how far off the ball that, man, just as long as you complete the pass, that's pitch and catch all day long there. Here we go, 2nd, and they'll call it 5 for the Bruins from the 33-yard line. Here's Pettigrew, Twins to the right. It's a give straight up ahead to Finch. Not a lot to do this time, just bowled under, maybe gets a yard or 2. That time, a good job by the interior of that Viking defense. We haven't seen much from them so far. They stood tall on this play.
You'll see an outside linebacker come through here on the blitz, right around the edge. Finch gets around that, but fights his way, again, through initial contact, and 4 guys.
That's
4
exactly
guys to bring him down.
Yeah, he blew that up. So it sets up 3rd and 4 from the Bruins. They do not have to snap the ball here again in the third quarter as we are down to 10 seconds, and they won't. So we will, in fact, switch ends of the field. And after 12 minutes of play here from Kirkland Field in week number 7, your score, USJ 21 and Fayette Academy 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Welcome back to Worthy Road Studios coverage of USJ football. The Bruins will begin this second quarter, leading 21-7 over Fayette Academy with a 3rd and 4 coming up from the Viking 31-yard line.
Yeah, Bruins looking unstoppable tonight on offense, and with less a 65-yard gain for the Vikings, pretty much unstoppable on defense as well.
On that too, for sure. So Pettigrew from the gun. Twins to his left. Here's the give. It's to Finch. Straight up the middle. Patient running now. Bouncing it out. Gets a screen that time from Davis Sane. Still on his feet. And finally run out of bounds well inside the red zone down to the 14-yard line. That time, and that's good enough for a Thompson Smith first down. But Davis Sane didn't even have to engage in the block. Chuck, he simply needed to be in the way.
And he's a big man just to be in the way. I mean, we talk about how fast Finch is and how good he runs through contact. But what about his Barry Sanders-like cuts? I mean, he can cut that ball up on you and go around the outside just about as good as any high school running back I've seen in a long time.
See, we've got man coverage, up here on the bottom with Noah Spencer. Let's see if they take a look at that. Here we go. Pettigrew from the gun, 1st and 10. Here's the snaps. Finch taken down for about a 5-yard loss. Beautiful job. Paxton Graves that time, the senior middle linebacker, timed it perfectly, shot the gap, and it's a 5-yard loss for the Bruins.
Yeah, they were sniffing out Finch there, and Graves shot out of a cannon, not touched at all. Nowhere for Finch to go. That's a big defensive play there for the Vikings.
Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of that having a negative plays for the Bruins. That'll back it up to the 20-yard line, 2nd and we'll call it 15. Yeah, I don't know if it was 16. We'll call it 15 for the Bruins. Marching down the field once again. Here's Pettigrew. Straight drop now, looking to his left. In the corner of the end zone, looking for his man. Overshoots Jace Barksdale. That time he'd come from the other side of the field and passed just a little too high. 3rd down and 15 for the Bruins. They'll need just inside the 5 for the first down.
I understand going to Barksdale because I probably would too if I was playing quarterback. But Noah Spencer was running on a deep slant there. Looked like he had his man beat going toward the middle of the field. Pettigrew just went with a sure thing, and Barksdale just a miss there.
Be interesting to see what you run here, and or if they want to, if they don't get the first, will they kick the field goal, or is it going to be 2 plays to get 16 yards? We shall find out. Noah Spencer split out wide to the left. Here's the snap. Pettigrew looking, dropping straight back, firing across the middle, and he had Noah Spencer on the post, just overshoots him a little bit, and it sets up 4th and 15 for the Bruins. Will they bring on the field goal team? The answer is yes.
Yeah, and that's the same route that Spencer ran the play before, just didn't have Pettigrew going out to that left side. He was there. It was open. Just a little misconnection there.
Yeah, Ryan Hutchison, the holder here, as English comes on to attempt a 37-yard field goal. We feel like that's right around the range for this freshman. So from the right hash, here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. From 37 yards, looks like it's been good from about 39, maybe 40. And the freshman tacks on another 3 for the Bruins. And your new score with 10:41 left to go here in the first half. USJ 24 and Fayette Academy 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town, with another funeral home, or even in another state. But we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Welcome back to Kirkland Field as the Bruins tack on 3. Drew English, the freshman, with the 37-yarder. Now the kickoff. It's a high kick that's going to come taken at the 10-yard line by Morse. He's still on his feet around that left edge. Gets a block, still going, and finally taken down around the 28-yard line. Nice job that time. That was Jay Brady Orr, if you will. What do you think, Jay Brady? I like that, Jay Brady Orr. That's a future lawyer.
Yeah, number 13, Abe Stonecipher, had a chance to get him there. He just kind of ran through the tackle. Thought he was going to be brought down right around the 20. Really good running, and again, good special teams play here for the Vikings.
Man, she had a ninja catch on my rosters with the wind got it just now. I might be a ninja. Just gonna let y'all know.
Well, or it could have blown into your hands.
Seems fair. 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Fayette Academy trailing 24-7 to the Bruins. Need something here. Bowling under center now and dropping straight back under pressure, rolling, and finally launching downfield, looking for his man. Outstanding coverage that time for the Bruins. Pike, the intended receiver that time, and I was hoping the camera. Let's see if I can get the number on that defender.
I believe that's Ryan Hutchison.
Was it Ryan Hutchison? I could not tell.
Yeah, that's who I believe was on the coverage, and that was impeccable coverage there. If it was number 21, Ryan Hutchison.
It was 21, Ryan Hutchison. But what a job by Bowling across his body. Just a sophomore. That's a flash in a pretty decent arm right there. 2nd and 10 for the Vikings after the incompletion from their own 28-yard line. Morris flanking Bowling in the backfield to his right. Now Bowling rolling under pressure, looking for his man out in the flat. Has him, but he can't haul it in. That would have been good enough for the first down. He had Eason Wells, and Wells just dropped the football.
Yeah, he heard the footsteps is what happened to Wells there. He was waiting for the hit more so worried than catching the football. Sinking in quick here. You'll see him coming in on your screen, making the big hit as Barksdale. Wells didn't want any part of that.
Yeah, it's a 10-yard out, and Bowling put that ball where it needed to. But I can tell you right now, Eason Wells goes aside. He'd be the first one to say I should have caught that football. But he didn't, so it's 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. And to say they need this might be the understatement of the century. Morris to the right of Bowling, the sophomore quarterback. Here's the snap. It's high. Handoff to Morris off left side. Makes a man miss, but now corralled under by a host of Bruins, led by number 7, Sam McMillan, the linebacker, who's had a fantastic season, Chuck. The host of defenders led by McMillan. It's a 1-yard gain, not nearly enough. It'll set up 4th and 9 for the Vikings from their own 29-yard line.
Guys like Brooks Jones, Parker Barnes, Sam McMillan. This linebacking core has been so strong and steady all season long for the Bruins.
If you will, give me that other number on the far hash. That's Spencer. So Spencer and Barksdale both back right around their own 45-yard line, awaiting the punt by Pike. Here's the snap. It's a high floater. Pike takes it. It's a wobbly kick that's going to hit around the 43-yard line. And Spencer will back away from it. It gets another good Viking roll, still going all the way down to about the 32-yard line. So that's a 40-yarder this time. So, man, I tell you what, punting has not been an issue for the Vikings tonight. They got a 44-yarder and a 40-yarder.
They got a lot of end over end on those punts. They don't get more than 15, 20 feet off the ground, but the thing's spinning. So when it lands, it shoots off, and you don't want any part of that. I think Barnes made the right decision not touching it there. I saw Sane coming back in and Barksdale holding him off. He's like, look, this thing's rolling end over end. We don't want to touch it just in case it's a live ball.
The Bruins have had 4 possessions. They've scored 4 times, 3 touchdowns, and then the last possession, a Drew English 37-yard field goal. Now the Bruins set up shop, 1st and 10 from their own 33 with 9:18 left to go here in the first half. Pettigrew from the gun now walks up, surveys, 3 wide receiver set. Finch to his right, to his left, now finds a man in the flat. That's Davis Sane, the big fella, falling forward for about an 8-yard gain. Nice little juke move to pick up a few extra yards that time for the sure-handed senior.
Yeah, Sane, really good catch here, and you're right, jukes in to his left to get an extra couple of yards. Glad to see them working him in. I'd love to find that connection last 3 or 4 games of the season going into the playoffs.
You can see none of those defenders wanted any of that. Did you see,
Dude,
see that? For sure.
They'd be like, you trying to tackle me. You don't want that smoke.
The funny part is he believes it. Here we go. Same formation. Now Finch in motion. Here's the snap. Pettigrew looking, setting up the screen to the short side to Seals. He has it at the 50, still on his feet at the 40. It's a foot race. 30, 20, 15, 10. Forget about it. Raleigh Seals in the dead blame house for a 57-yard Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown on the screen, set up and executed perfectly by that Bruin offense.
Yeah, had a lot of blockers out in front of him. And number 16, Colton Hayes, makes a business decision right here just to check up. He doesn't want any of Raleigh Seals. Lets him get the score. 57 yards. Is that what you called that one?
57 yards.
That's
it was from the 43.
Great screen.
Here's Cooper Sykes in for the extra point. He kicks it. It is up, and it is good. And your new score with 8:23 left to go here in the first half. USJ 31 and Fayette Academy 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Welcome back to Kirkland Field, where the Bruins are having their way once again, 31-7. You know, this if it holds like this, it'll be the 5th time in 7 games that Bryce be like, man,
Bryce,
just hold on to it for a little.
It's homecoming. Should be an extended halftime.
The homecoming may last longer than the second half. All right, here we go. Here's English with the kick that hits at the 8-yard line and it did not go into the end zone. And it's at the 1-yard line when it's finally picked up, and he is in big trouble. He'll get tackled inside that 1-yard line. That was number 17, Jay Brady. Or I don't blame him. It looked like that ball was going into the end zone, but it took like a sideways little bounce, and it stopped at about the 2-yard line. And Orr's like, I got to do something here. Great coverage by the Bruins, and I believe that was Hutchison that took him down.
Hutchison took him down, but number 15, Ben Melton, yeeted himself across the field. I thought he was about to get the safety as he ran back through there. I love that effort from Melton. My man jumped 5 yards, and I learned a new word this week. It's called yeeted.
How long have you been waiting to use that in this broadcast tonight?
Until I had some inspiration, and luckily Ben Melton provided it.
So there you go. I think he may have one of those dinner bets. I'll get it into the broadcast somewhere during the game. Here we go. Bowling from the gun, under pressure, firing, looking for his man on the go route down the field, and pretty darn good coverage that time by Ryan Hutchison. He was looking for Pike on the reception, and it was man coverage, no safety over the top there. So if he completes that pass, then it's a big, big play, but great coverage by the Bruins defense.
Yeah, and Hutchison does have good coverage here. I thought he had a shot to bring it down. Hutchison gets his arm up just at the last minute to poke that thing out. He's given up some size there, but not giving up any effort there. Good play by Hutchison.
Yeah, and danger time for, if you are Corbin Bowling, the sophomore quarterback, you're like, all right, boys, we're back here, back up again, and I'm gonna need you to give me a little bit of time. Bruins with that 3-man front, Bowling from the gun. Here's a man in motion. That's Mays. He's got to get around the edge to get out of the end zone and forget about it. It's going to be a safety. He may have been able to get it, but Jace Barksdale came up in run support and took away that edge, and the trailing defenders that time were able to sack him in the end zone for the 2 points. Do you have the number on that one?
McMillan gets credit. He gets credit for this sack here.
Yeah,
he gets credit for this. Really good pursuit. And you got 2 yards to work with against this defense. You don't think they're going to pin their ears back and come and get you?
That was McMillan scraping that line of scrimmage, trailing perfect angle, and Barksdale recognized it, came up, and didn't let him get out of the end zone. McMillan gets to safety, and the Bruins get 2 points, now leading 33-7 with 7:38 left to go here in the first half. And now, not only insult to injury, the Vikings are going to have to give it to the Bruins.
Haven't stopped them all night. The Bruins are really clicking on all cylinders. And he keeps saying this, but a 65-yard play where a nice block was made by a tight end is the only reason the Vikings have any points on the board right now. But Bruins are not missing much. They've missed one play so far.
7:38 left to go in the first half, and remembering that the mercy rule this year went from, in the second half, being from 35 points to 30 points. I have a feeling that's not going to matter one way or the other.
It does not appear.
But we shall see, my friend. One never knows about these things. And again, remember, this is a 3-3 football team. This is about the third or fourth best team in this region, but they beat Halls by 3 touchdowns. By the way, we'll get a scoreboard update here in a minute.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Take a look at some of those, see if we can get a score on that Halls-Trenton Peabody game as well as some other ones. I want to know what that Northside Haywood score is right now. So here we go. Looks like the Vikings will kick off instead of punting here after the safety. Here's a high kick taken about the 35-yard line. That's going to be Noah Spencer. He's up into Viking territory and finally comes down around the 47-yard line. So a 7.5 left to go in the first half. The Bruins will take over at the Viking 47. What you
couple
got?
Scores of note around the region. Crockett County 4-2 up 17-0 against 4-2 Milan. That game is in Alamo, but look at the Cavaliers go.
Are the wheels coming off in Milan again?
It appears that that's what happens sometimes. They had that big win against South Gibson. They haven't had one since, and they didn't score in the second half in that win. Haywood County leading Jackson Northside 20-0 in the second quarter, about 5 minutes left.
Here we go. Pettigrew looking for his man wide open at Spencer at the 37, still on his feet inside the 20 and breaks back towards the end zone for an easy Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown, 47 yards from Pettigrew to Spencer. It's just, I mean, he's completely uncovered right here, but makes a man miss. Splits 2 defenders right here, heads towards the middle of the field, and you think, I'm going to run into coverage? Nope. Heads back out the other way and just outruns the defense into the end zone.
If Michael Jackson played football, that's what it would look like. He cut up so many times there, getting to the middle of the field and had an open seam all the way to the end zone.
So English in for the extra point. He is in, it is up, and it is good as well. Your new score was 7:20 left to go here in the first half. USJ 40 and Fayette Academy 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B, Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Henry County is in Springfield tonight, taking on the undefeated Yellow Jackets. First quarter score, Henry County leading. What'd you say? 7-0.
7-0 against Springfield. 6-0.
7-0. Trenton Peabody leading Hall 16-0 at Walter Kilzer Stadium. You can watch that game on the Trenton Peabody Facebook page and at WNWS.com, courtesy of Worthy Road Studios. And I think English is probably getting tired of this, but here we go once again, though it doesn't look like it, with that monster kick that hits the back at the 5-yard line but then bounces into the end zone. Brother, don't try to return that. He did, but it's not a safety.
No, it's
not a safety.
Yeah, that's going to go out to the 20-yard line there. I'm not sure why he was trying to return that. Hit his hands around the 3. It's going to be a touchback.
And the only reason we said that is because the house announcer called the safety on there, and that's not a safety.
Right.
You know, there was no danger for him in returning that. That's why he did. We'll see if I can bust something. You never know, because it's not going to be a safety. So you don't mind doing that. So you give it a shot. He couldn't do it. We'll call it a 20-yard return. How about that? Just to be nice. Here we go. 40-7. What is it? 26 point. What was it? It was 21-7 at the end.
33 now.
Yeah, it was 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. So in the first 4.5 minutes, they've scored 19 points here in the second quarter in the first 4.5 minutes of this second quarter, and now have the 33-point lead. Haywood over Northside right now, midway through the second, 20-0 over the Indians. The Indians' defense has gotten much better lately. Offense not quite catch up with them, but the defense has done well. Here's Bowling from the gun. He's got a man in motion. Hands to Morris off the left side, and he's taken up and under. Not decleated, but he's had his feet taken out from under him by Brooks Jones. First time we've called Brooks' name tonight.
Yeah, Brooks Jones playing the right outside linebacker position. Comes in hard there. Makes a nice tackle going low. He tried to go high. Gets a 4 or 5 yard gain out of it, but nothing happening there. Or not a lot happening. That's not true. Not a lot. Yeah, 5 yard game. Yeah, not a lot happening. That sounds bad.
Yeah, we'll call it 5. So that'll work. It's been one of their better plays in the second quarter. Bowling under center. This time Morris in the eye. One receiver. That's Pike split to the left. To the right. Unfortunate for him, he's got Jace Barksdale over him, so he may be out of the play here. Here's a simple gift to Morris from the left A gap and swarmed under by a host of defenders, McMillan as well as Brooks Jones on the tackle.
Yeah, McMillan and Jones are such good. Reminds me of Suggs and Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3rd and 3, 5:48 left to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah. You know that song?
Let's see. The Vikings will need their own 30-yard line to keep this possession going. Of course, honestly, I mean, even if you didn't pick it up here, why not go for it at this point? It's 40 to 7, yeah.
Got a running clock here. Might as well.
Well, we will in the second half.
Well, no, that is fair. I'm talking about as it stands right now in the second, or in the third quarter starts.
Technically running right now. That's true. All right, here we go. 3rd and 3 for the Vikings. A little end around, trying to string it out. You can hang that up because Alex Wallace in run support that time sniffed it out. It'll actually be a loss of a couple of yards on the play. And let's see what the Vikings want to do here. They are up against it. It looks like they're sending in the punt team.
Yeah, Wallace shoots out of here from the secondary, from the safety position
all the way over,
and they have no shot of going anywhere there. And if Wallace doesn't make the play, there's 4 other Bruins there. Really good defensive effort tonight.
That is the point. Rarely do you see one person. I don't know we call Ty O'Neill's that name a lot, but he's just usually leading the charge of about 5 or 6 people. This is a very swarming defense. Referenced by the fact that they haven't surrendered more than 17 points all year in a game. Excuse me, 19.
19 was the high water mark
at Union City, and one of those was on a pick 6. 6 of those points was on a pick 6. High punt that's going to hit just around midfield, take another decent bounce for the Vikings, and finally come still at the Bruin 42-yard line, and that's where the Bruins will take over with 4:14 left to go, and they are actually running the clock right now, which I don't think anybody's going to give them too much of a pushback on that one. Remembering that we will have an extended halftime because this is homecoming for the Bruins.
Yeah, Miles Horton there almost gets a piece of this punt. Really good. He shot in really well there. I thought he was almost going to get it. He at least touched it, if nothing else. But, the biggest thing that's happened tonight for the Vikings, besides that 65-yard run, has just been special teams.
Chuck staying on the good graces of his English teacher there from back in the day. He absolutely nailed it. And by the way, Horton is Will Horton's younger brother. Horton, of course, hurt his ankle last week and is out for a couple of weeks. Here's Finch straight up the middle, monster hole down the left hash. 40, 30, 25, get about it. Touchdown, Bruins just like that. He's threatening to go over 200 yards again with another Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown. This dude just won't stop, this time from 48.
I don't know what else you need from him. He finds the seam up the left side, beats everybody else there, and you're just not going to get him. When he gets any open space, you're not going to catch Kevin Finch.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's some really good teams in this classification around the state. It's going to take a really, really good team to beat this team. Sykes in for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, all good. And that is important because that was not something that was really happening last week. And the one thing that if you could point anything out in that great win last week would have been maybe the extra points. They've made all of them.
All season long, it's been the one thing you really look at USJ and say, gosh, you got to fix this. They've had 6 of 6 on extra points tonight, plus a 37-yard field goal. A really good job in the kicking game so far, plus 2 touchbacks.
Now, we will keep it here because they are running the clock right now. I mean, we're literally in the middle of a timeout, and well, there's the Jinx.
Oh, there it goes.
There they go again. They were messing with us, I think, that time. By the way, at the half, on the other side of state, one of the big games, couple of big games, McCallie doubling up Baylor right now, 20-10. McCallie, one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the entire state. There's some big games around the state.
I would have seen that coming. What happened to my scoreboard?
See if you can find me a score on that Germantown.
It has not updated. That's the game. If we weren't here, where would we be game? That would be my pick. Let's see. It had not updated a minute ago.
This dude's the guy, the house announcer, man. I'll tell you what, the guy doing the music has the best set list.
That's Baker Moore.
In the world. Well, you tell Baker Moore from me, he's got the best set list I've ever heard anywhere. He could DJ my party any day. All right, here's the kick taken at the 8-yard line, straight up the middle and still on his feet. Finally coming to rest right around the 35-yard line. And the Vikings get the football, hoping to get – they got a minute 15, and this clock is running. And they will get the ball to start the third quarter. That's one thing in their favor. But let's see if they try to show a little sense of urgency, maybe try to get some points here before the half.
Ben Melton bringing him down rudely.
By the way, it looks like Peabody has tacked on another touchdown in the second quarter. They lead Halls 23-0.
I cannot find this Germantown game.
Well, you're going the wrong direction for Germantown.
All right.
It starts to the east and works down to west.
Yeah, no, thank you. But
wow.
it's definitely not here.
Bowling from the gun, 3 wide receiver set. Maines to his right. Now Bowling rolling under pressure. Makes a man miss. Cuts up, will call his own number. Runs over a linebacker. Actually, that's a safety. That was Alex Wallace who came up, and he got popped. The quarterback that time was actually Eason Wells was quarterbacking. So it looks like the Vikings have made a change at quarterback. They went from Corbin Bowling to Eason Wells, the senior quarterback.
Yeah, Alex Wallace gets credit for that tackle, but I don't know that he did the tackling. He just kind of –
Dude, Easton Wells lowered his head and laid a lick. Yeah, that's just all there is
that's
to it. There's your Germantown.
Where we go?
Right there. There's
okay.
No score.
Yeah, no score still.
So because we have that running clock, that will be the last play of the half. We will go to the half with your USJ Bruins leading Fayette Academy 47-7. It's a 33-0 run and a 26-0 second quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, this Bruins team is awfully good. You know Coach Strapp's got to be happy about the first 24 minutes of this one. It's homecoming, so it'll be a longer extended version of the half. We will come back here in just a few minutes. We'll let you see the beautiful festivities here at homecoming as they name the court and the winners there of homecoming. So once again, your score at the half, USJ 47 and Fayette Academy 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
Brooksy's Barn, locally owned and operated for 40 years in Jackson. Huge Southern buffet at its finest, or choose our drive-through window service. Look over our beautiful lake and enjoy a great meal. Come on by. We are sure you will enjoy our friendly staff and great selection of food that we have, from pork, fish, beef, chicken, not to mention lots of veggies. We also have a fantastic salad bar and a selection of scrumptious desserts. Y'all come.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
If you work outside or in a facility with no AC, or you're just struggling with this year's heat wave, it can really take a toll on your body and health. At Live Hydration Drip Spa, we can help you recover with our Beat the Heat special for only $59. Call or visit us online today to set your appointment.
For your presence tonight. Now we will start our annual presentation
of club banners. Representing the International Thespian Society, Ashton Isbell. With Mu Alpha Theta, Gracie Lynn. The National Art Honor Society, Maddie King. The National English Honor Society, Autumn Hannah. The Spanish National Honor Society, Lexi Prince. The French Honor Society, Chester Evans. The National Honor Society, Sachita Jentikar. Tri-M, Reed Sullivan. The Science National Honor Society, Tony Tremblay. The Social Studies National Honor Society, Caitlin Patel. The Chemistry Club, Ijoma Olero. The Chess Club, Kushi Patel. FCA, Ben Buchanan. The Spanish Club, Andy Kate Vine. The Buddy Club, Kendall Morris. The French Club, Ellie Bell Weaver. The Study Group, Lily Kate Marino. The Rising Investors Club, Josh Sears. The Astronomy Club, Bailey Miller. The Navy Club, Zainab Bobbitt. Representing the freshman class banner, Kitty Golden. Sophomore class banner, Jane Claire Ray. The junior class banner, Kinley Hines. The senior class banner, Caroline Connor. And our SGA banner, Abby Baird. Round of applause for our club banners and their presenters. And now, for our homecoming class representatives, beginning with the freshman class. First up is Mr. Jeb Bush. Jeb is the son of Jay and Dana Bush. He is a member of the USJ football team, as well as the baseball team. He also enjoys participating in Young Life. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jeb Bush. Our next representative is Miss Madeline Eldridge. Madeline is the daughter of Stephen and Lolly Eldridge. She is a member of the USJ golf team and also participates in the Spanish Club and FCA. She is being escorted tonight by her father, Stephen Eldridge. Next up, Mr. Jackson Hayes. Jackson is the son of Ben and Paige Hayes. He is a member of the USJ football team and the bass fishing team. He also enjoys being involved in Young Life. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jackson Hayes. Our final representative for the freshman class is Kate Payne. Kate is the daughter of Bob and Rachel Payne. She plays for the Lady Bruins volleyball team and the Lady Bruins basketball team. Outside of school, she enjoys participating in Young Life. She is being escorted tonight by her father, Bob Payne. Thank you to our freshman class representatives. Now moving on to our sophomore homecoming class representatives. First up, Miss Catherine Bell. Catherine is the daughter of Jody and Kenneth Bell. She plays on the USJ varsity volleyball team, while also being involved in the study group, which tutors USJ middle school students. Outside of school, she is an active member of Young Life. Tonight, she is being escorted by her father, Kenneth Bell. Next up is Mr. Wayne Crook, son of Heather and Trip Crook. Is a member of the USJ football and basketball teams. He is also an active member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes here at USJ. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wayne Crook. Our next representative is Miss Ellen Driver. Ellen is the daughter of Lee and Todd Driver, is the vice president of the sophomore class, a member of the basketball team, as well as the track and field team. Tonight, she is being escorted by her father, Mr. Todd Driver. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ellen Driver. Our final sophomore representative is Mr. Wallace Driver. Wallace is the son of Lee and Todd Driver. He is a member of the USJ basketball and baseball teams, and Wallace also participates in the Spanish Club. Tonight, he is being escorted by his mother, Lee Driver. Ladies and gentlemen, your sophomore class representatives. We'll now move on to our junior class representatives. Starting with the football player, Mr. Marshall Box. Marshall is the son of Angie and Brad Box, has been playing on the USJ football team for 3 years. He is also an active member of the Chemistry Club and Rising Investors Club. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marshall Box. Our next junior representative is Miss Ella Golden. Ella is the daughter of Scott and Christy Golden. She plays on the USJ softball team while also being the vice president of the Buddy Club and a wildlife leader. She is being escorted tonight by her father, Scott Golden. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ella Golden. Next up, we have Mr. Nolan Lowry.
Here you go, right here, buddy.
Nolan is the son of Trisha Washington and William Lowry. He's a 3-year member of the USJ soccer team, enjoys physical fitness, and also attends Fellowship Church.
Are you Marcus and
He is being escorted by his mother, Trisha Washington. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nolan.
Maybe I'll take one of that off.
Our final junior class representative is Miss Mia Powell. Mia is the daughter of Rachel Clay Carlock and Brandon Powell. Is the junior class president. She is also a member of the state championship soccer team and enjoys being a wildlife leader. She is being escorted by her father, Clay Carlock. Ladies and gentlemen, your junior class representatives. And finally, to our senior class representatives. First up, football player Parker Barnes. Parker is the son of Shelley and Spence Barnes. He's a 5-year member of the football team and is currently a captain of the team. Parker also enjoys being involved in Young Life. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Parker Barnes. Next up, we have Miss Carly Hayes. Carly is the daughter of Paige and Ben Hayes, is a member of the varsity volleyball team. She is also the secretary of National Honor Society and also enjoys participating in Young Life. Carly is being escorted by her father, Ben Hayes. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Carly Hayes. Next up, Miss Addie Beasley. Addie is the daughter of Alderman Ted Beasley. She is a member of the Triune Music Honor Society and All Northwest Honor Choir. Addie is also a varsity member of the state champion tennis team. Tonight she is being escorted by her father, Ted Beasley. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Addie Beasley. Our next senior representative is Miss Molly Nichols. Molly is the daughter of Abby Nichols and Nick Nichols. Is president of Blue Alpha Theta and senior class secretary. Molly is also a member of the soccer team. She is escorted by her father, Nick Nichols. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Molly Nichols. Up next, we have Miss Olivia Overton. Olivia is the daughter of Ruby and John Overton. She is the president of the National Art Honor Society, a 4-year member of the volleyball team, and enjoys participating in Young Life. Her father, John Overton, is her escort tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Olivia Overton. Our next representative is Mr. Berkeley Pettigrew. Berkeley is the son of Sarah and Kyle Pettigrew, is a 2-year captain of the football team, a 4-year member of the baseball team, as well as a member of the USJ Honor Council. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Berkeley Pettigrew. Our next senior representative is Mr. Maddox Rader. Maddox is the son of Heath and Ashley Rader. Maddox is a 4-year member of the football team and a 5-year member of the baseball team. Maddox is also an active member of FCA. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Maddox Rader. Next up, we have Mr. Raleigh Seals. Raleigh is the son of Jennifer and Bob Seals. Raleigh is a 5-year member of the USJ football team and a 4-year member of the baseball team. Raleigh also enjoys participating in USJ's Young Life. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Raleigh Seals. Our next senior class representative is Miss Stella Spencer. Stella is the daughter of Jamie and Justin Spencer. Has been chaplain of her class for the last 4 years. Stella is a captain of the state championship soccer team and a 4-year member of the basketball team. Stella is being escorted by her father, Mr. Justin Spencer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Stella Spencer. Our final representative for the senior class is Mr. Abe Stonecipher. Abe is the son of Stephanie and Scott Stonecipher. He is a member of USJ's football and basketball teams. He is also the speaker of the USJ Honor Council. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Abe Stonecipher. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Your homecoming king and queen. Your homecoming king is Mr. Abe Stonecipher, who is currently in the locker room. Your homecoming queen is Miss Olivia Overton. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our queen, Miss Olivia Overton. Thank you to USJ students, parents, faculty, and alumni for making all this possible. One more round of applause for all of our homecoming representatives for the Bruins.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's Body Shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Hey gang, Seabass here for the BallGame Blitz on WNWS.com. Brought to you by Kaufman's Home Furnishings and Appliances. Kaufmans.com, 2845 Highway 45 Bypass. By King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive right here in Jackson. By Umpy's Homemade Chicken and Biscuits, 745 Old Hickory Boulevard. By Fullington Team at Keller Williams. FullingtonTeam.kw.com, 731-298-9722, and by Jackson Madison County School System. Choose us. Call 731-345-7011 for a tour. jmcss.org. Now, let's get right back to the action.
serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Boy, I missed y'all. But here we are once again, just a few minutes away from the start of the second half, and we'll see if that's what they've asked for. But if you look at the clock, see anything different?
It says 10 minutes.
It says 10 minutes instead of 12-minute quarters. We should still have a running clock, as this is a 40-point game to start the third quarter. The Vikings will, in fact, get the opening kickoff here in the third quarter to start the second half. They'll be trailing by 40, and I would expect to see a lot of second-team Bruins here pretty much the entire second half.
Yes, I agree. The Westview score of updates around the area at halftime. Westview, 4-2 Westview leads undefeated Union City 20-14.
That's
Chargers are coming in hot. Yeah. You know where they play their games?
Who? What? Martin Westview at UT Martin.
At UT Martin, yeah, Skyhawk Stadium.
Been there.
Have you?
I have.
Was it turf when you played?
Gosh, I don't remember.
Well, you would remember.
I don't
it wasn't.
think so.
It
no,
was
yeah,
not.
it was. Yeah, no.
No, it was not. It's only been turf for like 10 years.
Then why did you ask?
Well, I just wanted to see if you could remember.
Well, it was 27 years ago, 28 years, 29 years ago. Yeah. 27 years ago. 27 years ago. That's when.
Whatever.
I did call a game there as well, though. When
how'd that make you feel?
Physically or emotionally? It's your question. Which one is it?
More physical.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That Lambeth was playing UT Martin that year.
You remember who won?
I do.
Was that Coach Hugh Freeze at Lambeth against Coach Jason Simpson at Martin?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was not. He had moved on to Arkansas State by then. All right, here we go. Third quarter action. I believe that's Garrett Sykes who's going to kick that football. It is. He swings that right leg. It's a nice kickoff. Hits about the 13-yard line. Finally picked out by Morris at the 7-yard line, straight up the middle. He takes a pop, still on his feet, and he'll come to rest around the 26-yard line, and that is where the Rebels will begin their first possession of the third quarter, trailing 47-7. Any more scores of interest over there?
Yeah, I've got a couple. Looks like the Bruins may be bringing in the second-team defense. Peabody all over Halls, 23-7. South Gibson, 21-7 over Obion County.
An improved Obion.
Very improved. 4-2 coming into this this affair here.
Hey, you go see if we can find some.
Yeah, I'm looking. See, up here there's not a lot. Yeah,
Crockett County on top of Milan, 17-7. McKenzie leading Dresden, 23-7. That game, a battle of undefeateds, and we were wondering if it would be close or not. Now, for the first time from the pistol formation, go the Vikings. Here's a handoff to Morris off of the left edge. He's still on his feet, has the first down and a little bit more up to the 38-yard line. One of the best runs of the night for the Vikings.
Yeah, sophomore Ben Melton coming in for the tackle there. It was not after a first down was gotten there for Morris. But like I said, second-team defense is out here. You're going to see a lot of freshmen and sophomores for the Bruins. A lot of hard hitters out here.
I love that. I love the playing time and the opportunities that they've had, because I promise it's going to pay off. If not this year, somewhere down the line for them, getting this much-needed game experience. Here we go. Now under center is Eason Wells. Handoff to Morris off left tackle, and he is absolutely popped by Abe Stonecipher, who comes up and makes a monster hit.
Abe Stonecipher just found out he was homecoming king, and he welcomed Morris to the court there, laying the lumber.
Holy cow, boy, he sure did. He diagnosed that play, comes up and boom. Man, it's about a 4-yard play, but that was a hard-earned 4 yards.
It's for the hard one.
Yes, sir. 2nd and 6 for the Vikings from their own 42-yard line. They'll need the 48 with 7:51 left to go here in the third quarter. Now Wells, this time from the gun. Here's a handoff to his running back, Connor Maines, who gets up to about the 45-yard line, a gain of 2 or 3. By the way, have you noticed something? And I don't want to jinx it, but we've hardly seen any mustard at all tonight.
Yeah, one penalty flag so far in the game.
So for the whole game?
Yeah, senior Braden Roberts in on the tackle there. And that was another. We talked about the extra points. Penalty flags was something else the Bruins needed to clean up. And,
personal fouls, face mask.
So far, so good for the Bruins.
Now, all 11 will get a call for face mask on this play. I just know it. 3rd and 3. We'll call it a long 3 for the Vikings from their own 45-yard line, trailing 47-7. 3 wide receiver set to the left. Eason Wells is the quarterback. He took over for Corbin Bowling late in the second quarter. Now here is a handoff in the backfield. Absolutely swallowed up that time is the ball carrier, Connor Means. One of those defenders on the play, number 48, Paul Jones, who had a touchdown, I think it was against FACS on a fumble recovery near the end of the game.
Very well may have. Jones comes in right there, gives a 2-yard loss for the Vikings. It's decision time. Looks like they're going to punt the ball.
Luke Sullivan also in on the tackle for the Bruins that time. Yeah, looks like the Vikings will punt. It'll be 4th and about 4 yards, and Coach Hodem elects to go ahead and punt. Is that Taylor back deep?
It is Taylor back deep.
He'll stand at his own 31-yard line. Lots of pressure. It's blocked. Taken off the foot of the punter. Nearly picked up and can't get a hold of it. Now finally for the Bruins falling on that football will be number 57, Braden Roberts. But we just got through talking about number 48, Paul Jones. He gets the block and nearly gets that football in stride. Can't come up with it, or he would have walked into the end zone. I think I may have jinxed him right there.
Really high snap there. First really mishap we've seen on special teams tonight for the Vikings.
So the Bruins will take over inside the red zone at the Vikings 17-yard line with a 40-point lead. And for the first time tonight, we'll see freshman quarterback Jackson Strapp. Titus Taylor to his left. Twins to the right, one receiver to the left. Here's a give to Titus Taylor. Cuts back across the game. Not much doing. He may get a yard, if not just back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
Yeah, you'll see the push here by the Vikings. They were able to win this battle right here, getting in the backfield quick. Not a lot of lanes open there for Taylor on the run.
Well, you look at the frame of Jackson Strapp, who's, again, just a freshman. He's the tallest person in the huddle right now. And just that frame, he looks like he could play multiple positions. Look like he'd be a tight end. Look like you could make a left tackle out of him one day. Lots of things you can do. Here we go. Taylor to his left. Here's a give to Taylor once again, bouncing it out now, spinning out of a tackle and making his way inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Well, that'll set up 3rd and about 7 yards for the Bruins.
You're going to see some freshmen here. Aiden Johnson from the offensive line, from the guard spot here, come over, make a really nice block to open the small hole up there. Taylor takes it up a few yards there, positive yardage there for the Bruins.
So 3rd and 7, and I'll be interested to see if they don't get it here. Do they want to work on the field goal game or give this second-team offense a chance to make a conversion? We shall see. It's all about 3rd down. Strapp from the gun. Taylor to his left. Twins to the left. Here's Taylor with the handoff, short side, needs a little bit of a seam, finds one. Let's see where they mark him out. He did go out of bounds. I think it's going to be short. It will be. They'll mark the ball about the 9-yard line. He needed the 7, so we'll call it 4th and a long 2 for the Bruins.
Yeah, really good pull here by number 60, John Thomas Langley, the junior, coming out there to get that space created there for Taylor.
Yeah, you got to believe the Bruins are going to go for this one here, and they are. Let's see, Strapp and the offense still out there. Taylor to his left, same formation. By the way, there's your kicker in the left slot. Here we go. Here is this Bruin offense. Here's the snap. It's a give to Taylor. A lot of congestion in the backfield doesn't stop him from breaking a tackle and fighting hard and finally picking up the Thompson and Smith first down. The Bruins will have 1st and goal just inside the 5-yard line.
We talked about Taylor a lot this year as he's had an opportunity to run the ball, and Strapp knows it, handing it to him on 4 straight possessions there. Taylor falling forward for positive yards. Reminds us a lot of Finch.
By the way, Braves leading the Mets 5-1 tonight. That is the biggest series of the year, obviously, for both of those teams.
DeGrom still in.
1st and goal for the Bruins from the 4, Strapp from the gun. Hand off to Taylor, finds a little bit of a seam and into the end zone, and that's Titus Taylor Jr. for the touchdown, the Garrett Plumbing and Heating touchdown, and the Bruins have struck once again.
Yeah, you'll see right here, just able to carry it through the middle. Bruins do a very nice job of creating space, and the rest is up to him. Good pull block there by number 60 for the Bruins, John Thomas Langley.
Well, I tell you what patient running by both of the running backs here. Now Sykes with the extra point. This one also good. And your new score with a running 2:10 left to go here in the third quarter. USJ 54 and Fayette Academy 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Welcome back to Kirkland Field. Minute 51 left to go here in the third quarter, and it is all Bruins once again this week. Now, remember, next week is fall break.
Yeah, we're off, baby girl.
Yeah, no cheap seats, no Nathan. It's
nothing.
up. Have one of those spearmint.
Yeah, you can.
curiously
Don't
strong,
get one. It's very strong.
Altoids is
it's
what
curiously
those are called,
strong,
right?
just like me.
Altoids. Say just like you.
Yeah, curiously strong. Could be just like you, curious. Here we go. Got the kickoff set up.
Oh, my. Cooper Sykes with the kickoff. Here we go. And it's a nice high kick taken about the 8-yard line by Morse. Straight up the middle, runs into a wall of Bruins and makes it up to about the 26-yard line where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10.
You know, I wonder if we're still going to see the quarterback change that we saw in the with the second quarter, late in the second quarter. I wonder if the Vikings are still going to stay with that.
The answer to that is yes.
Yes. Okay, great. I like consistency.
That quarterback that Chuck was speaking about just a few minutes ago is number 14, Eason Wells. He took over in the late stages of the second quarter. He's in now with Morris to his right. Now looking, dropping back, wants to go for it all downfield, and it is intercepted by Titus Taylor Jr. Looked that ball in. Man coverage, wanted to go for Pike, and Taylor was with him step for step. Ball a little bit underthrown. Taylor comes back, has the inside possession, and makes a beautiful play defensively, and the ball goes right back to the Bruins.
Yeah, great positioning here by Taylor. Really good leap. Nice coverage everywhere. Taylor proving he can do it all. And I'm telling you, these Bruins don't lose too big of a step. Now, I know that they go at it and practice a lot, varsity on JV, and you can tell it's really paying off for this Bruin team.
Let's see if
Corbin
we have a new
Howard
quarterback.
the game.
Yeah, we will. Corbin Howard's going to be in the game. The sophomore quarterback for the Bruins, third-team quarterback, is now in the game for the
Turtle?
USJ offense. Is that his nickname?
No, that's Ben and Turtle Howard's son. Turtle's Taryn. That's his mama.
Turtle.
She's sweet. I love her.
All right, looks like do we have a timeout?
No, they're going to huddle on the sideline. I'm sorry. You know what? That's okay. You know what? I apologize.
No,
never mind.
No, I'm sure I probably had it coming.
It's a double huddle on the sideline.
I'm sure that I probably had this coming, to be honest with you. But we will keep it right here. Let's get some scores.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Southside, as we begin the third quarter, trailing Chester County down in Henderson 31-6. McKenzie on top of Dresden 23-7, if you will. That one at the half. Let's see here. McEwen on top of Perry County 46-7.
You missed that call.
I did not miss that. Covington all over Dyersburg right now, 34-0 at the half. That game in Covington. Crockett County and Milan. Crockett County got to a 2-possession lead, but right now the Bulldogs, as we start the third quarter, only trailing by 3. Here we go for the Bruins. Handoff straight up the middle, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. We'll get you that number here in just 1 second of the ball carrier. That is number 25. That is, oh boy, Jackson Pugh. I know my good friend Thomas Pugh and his lovely wife Brooke are happy about that. I had lunch with Thomas yesterday. Jackson, just a freshman, getting some varsity time. There you go. That is the end of the third quarter. We'll take the break with them, come back, and get you ready for the fourth quarter here from Kirkland Field. Your score after 3, USJ 54 and Fayette Academy 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
At Alive Hydration Drip Spa, we offer top-of-the-line IV nutritional therapy, which has a wide variety of health benefits. From immune system boosters and skin care, fatigue, energy, and even hangover relief, you can be sure we have an IV blend that's right for you. All of our blends are administered by one of our experienced nurses in a spa setting to ensure you leave feeling re-energized and refreshed. Give us a call or visit our website to book your appointment today. We have what it takes to make you feel alive again at Alive Hydration Drip Spa.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way, peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another
Back to it to start this fourth quarter. Here is the handoff to Pugh off the right edge. Pugh falling forward for about a 5-yard gain. So we got 2nd and 5, or make that 3rd and 5 for the Bruins again into the game at quarterback, Corbin Howard.
Yeah, Pugh dragging a couple of Vikings with him. Really nice gain. Looks like it's going to be good for 4.
Look at him. I remember when he was born. I remember when Jackson was born. Used
Were
to
you
work
there?
with. Thomas used to work at Newstalk 101.5. He was
Really?
a sales rep when I first got there. One of the nicest guys you will ever meet, and he owns the Zaxby's around here.
Yeah,
here we
lots
go.
of them.
From the 46-yard line, here's Pugh off of right tackle once again, falling forward for about a 3-yard gain, setting up 3rd and make that 4th and 2 from their own 49-yard line. And this will be, make it 48. And if the Bruins elect to punt, look who will do it. You see who that is back there?
Is that
That should be
Davis
obvious.
Sane?
Yeah, Davis Sane. Just by the reason to be obvious because the height.
Yeah, the height. I mean, I was thinking, I was like, that dude's so tall, I couldn't see the numbers. Like, is that Davis Sane?
Yeah. So
heck yeah, baby. Let's see what you got.
Not sure what this is about. You know, don't know if there's an injury or if it's just one of those. We want to get him some punts just in case. You never know. Let's see what kind of leg he's got. He scored a touchdown tonight, the first passing touchdown. So here's Davis Sane with a high end-over-end punt that'll hit about the 22-yard line and draw back towards USJ, and to the 25-yard line is where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, about 35-yard punt there. Really nice job for Sane.
I'd like to find out what that's about. Peabody all over Halls at the half, 30-0. South Gibson doubling up Obion in Troy, 28-14. West Carroll and Lake County have gone to the half at Lake County, and right now the Falcons lead West Carroll 30-14. Westview still leading Union City 20-14, and Henry County on top of Springfield at the half, 14-0. Boy, in back-to-back weeks, they've had to go to Medina and now to Springfield. How good are they?
Yeah, they're not bad at all. Who was their loss this year? Do you remember?
2 of them, to Beach and to Brentwood. Had a chance to win both. They've lost by a total of 6 points. Now here's your handoff to Morris off of right tackle. Patient running is going to get him about 5 or 6 yards.
You know, Morris is the one that we saw that 65-yard gain early in the game. He is brought down there by number 16, Aaron Tunstall, on the tackle after a 6-yard gain. But he's got some speed. Morris is a quick back.
Well, this Bruins football team is just playing a different game this
They're
year,
so
aren't they?
disciplined. Even their second string so disciplined.
And good. I don't know if they have a penalty tonight. They might. There may have been one earlier in the game, but
there
I
was
don't
a
recall
penalty.
it.
I can't remember if it was on offense or defense.
Justin, make that Eason Wells at quarterback. Here's the handoff to Moore, straight up the middle. Nothing doing. Absolutely nothing doing. That time crashing down is, I believe that's Maddox Rayburn on the tackle, who, by the way, if you remember last week, they used him in that swing and gate on that 2-point conversion attempt.
That was wild to see.
So he does have a reception on the season. Came about a half yard short. Did not matter. Did not factor into the game. You know, the one thing you start to kind of wonder about is, I mean, they haven't had since that Hardin County game, they haven't had a close game or anything that really even resembled it. And we'll see what Trinity does, but they're probably not going to get one if Trinity doesn't give them one of the last two, well, St. George could. St. George could give them a game, possibly. Now, here's the snap rolling, now throwing across his body, looking for his receiver. Incomplete that time, intended for Paxton Graves. That was Eason Wells, incomplete, but lots of pressure from the backside that time. Forced him to get it away quicker than he wanted to. Let's see where that backside pressure came from.
That's Maddox Rayburn coming around.
Yeah, Maddox Rayburn forced him out of the pocket that time. That'll bring up 4th down for the Vikings. And let's see if they elect a punt. They will. And Zane Pike is the sophomore who handles all the kicking and punting duties for the Vikings here. And if you can make those numbers out, back deep for the Bruins. I believe one of them is Aaron Tunstall. Here's Pike's punt. It is way high. Will hit about the 45-yard line and dangerously taken right there. And he'll get up to the 45. I believe that was 14 on the return.
Justin Parker.
Yeah, Justin Parker. Love that last name, the junior, with the return for about 5 yards, where the Bruins will take over 1st and 10 from, we'll call it the 46.
Coming in the game, 5 minutes left with a running clock. You want to make something happen. I don't blame him for getting that ball and trying to go with it. Man, what would you do?
What he did?
Exactly.
It wasn't a criticism.
No. I'm not saying it is. I'm just talking. You know what? We're filling time here, maybe.
Yeah, let me handle that.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No,
go
baby
ahead. Hey,
girl.
You know what?
Baby girl.
That's not a problem. Not a problem at all. I'll see myself out.
1st and 10 for the Bruins. Now Jackson Strapp back in, the second-team quarterback for the Bruins here. And he hands off to Jackson Pugh, straight up the middle, keeps those feet running, and maybe back to about the line of scrimmage.
One of the things I've noticed about Finch, Taylor, and Pugh, they don't quit. Their feet don't quit moving after initial contact. They keep grinding and going and going. And that's a lot of times how they get those positive yards, even if they're met behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm telling you right now, Thomas Pugh is in hog heaven right now watching his firstborn run that football. You better believe that.
Against a 3-3 squad up to this point. Again, USJ is just this good.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you. They really are.
They're legit.
There is maybe a couple of teams in West Tennessee that wants a slice of this right now. Here's Jackson Strapp looking now, dumps off to Stonecipher in the left flat, still on his feet into Viking territory. That was Owen Stonecipher, the senior tight end. Patient job that time by Jackson Strapp, waiting for that to develop. Finds Stonecipher, and as he's coming out of motion over on the left hash, makes something out of nothing, makes a man to miss, breaks a tackle, spins out of it, and ends up turning what would about a 1-yard gain into a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, Stonecyphers are notoriously strong, big, hard-running kids. Very nice gain there.
Strapp brings the Bruin offense to the line of scrimmage, just inside Viking territory. Pugh to his right. Now a little option football toss out to Jackson Pugh at the 50, down to the 40, still on his feet, down the sidelines, makes a beautiful move, still on his feet, and just goes out of bounds at the 13-yard line, a 34-yard pickup, and a Thompson & Smith first down for freshman Jackson Pugh.
Really nice run there, and number 29, Cooper Ladner, could not catch him, gives him a push at the end because that's all he could do because he wasn't going to bring him down. Great run by Pugh.
That might have been the most exciting moment of his life. I'm telling you right now. Let's see. Do they pay him off? Does this second-team offense get in the end zone once again? They've got 2.5 minutes to make it happen. 3 wide receiver set. Here is Strapp with play action. Finds his man, that Stonecipher, at the 14. Kicks it back out. Actually, that's number 34, Logan Foster, on the reception. Not much doing that time.
Yeah, Foster, a heck of a baseball player as well here for the Bruins. Catches this short pass here. Nothing was going. Looks like it was into double. Oh, no, they just jumped on him quick. It was a good read there by the Vikings.
Great play defensively by Harrison Middlecoff. I wonder if he's related to Kerry Middlecoff, the late, great golfer out of Memphis.
I could see that. Fayette's close to Memphis. I don't mean to be giving geography lessons here on the radio.
Anywhere, ladies and gentlemen.
It's closer than Jackson.
Here we go for the Bruins. Just under 2 minutes left to go. Pugh to the right of Strapp. Here's the handoff to Pugh straight up the middle. Swallowed up, nothing doing that time. Fayette Academy was ready for that one.
Yeah, USJ's ran the ball so effectively all night and really all season up to this point.
Yeah.
It's rude. Rudely. Take it down
127 left to go here in the football game. All USJ. The Bruins are going to improve to 6-1 and stay undefeated in region play. Here's Strap and the offense. Let's see if the Bruins can get in one more time. Trying to top 60 for second or third time on the season. And who is that on? That's Jackson Pugh off left tackle, down to the 14-yard line. That'll set up fourth down. Let's see what Strap wants to do. Got to imagine he's probably not going to kick a field goal here. Just get one more chance here on fourth down for this second-team unit. There's a lot of freshmen out there, freshmen and sophomores who are getting, they practice every bit as hard as everybody else, and they want an opportunity. They want to pay this off. They do.
Oh, absolutely. They marched the ball. They had great defensive stands out here. Yeah, they definitely want to get this thing in the end zone.
So this should or absolutely could be the final play of the game. Here's Jackson Strap, and look what is that thing?
That's looks like a false start. Yeah, he's winding it up. Yep.
Flag, wow.
Only the second one of the evening.
Chuck jinxed him. Clearly.
You know what? It's time to bring Davis Sane in. Let's throw this thing in the back of the pylon.
That'll go back to the 19-yard line. The Bruins are huddled up. Let's see if they run another play. And the clock has wound, so they'll have to. And the play clock down to 15, and the Bruins still in the huddle. So let's see what they want to do here. And the official told him, y'all go to the line of scrimmage. You see that? Whitehead said, hey, y'all go line up. Now the clock they've decided to run the clock, so 13 seconds, and this clock is running. And they'll give it to Jackson Pugh at the 10, at the 5, and taken down there, and that should and will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, here on homecoming night, they stopped the clock with 1.4. What are y'all doing? Run that clock out.
Oh, come on now, guys.
Run that clock out. Are they going to give
them the ball?
Yeah, no.
No, they're already, Fayette Academy's already shaking hands.
Meeting at the middle of the field. There you go. They've run it all out. Now we'll make it official. Ladies and gentlemen, your USJ Bruins improving to 6-1 on the season and undefeated in region play with a 54-7 win over Fayette Academy, who falls to 3-4 on the season. We'll take this 4-minute timeout, come back, and put a bow on it here from Kirkland Field and get you ready for the postgame show with Bryce Mott on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM. Your final score, USJ 54 and Fayette Academy 7 on Worthy Road Studios.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Football is here. Get touchdown savings at McCoy's Heating and Air. Cooler weather is coming. Tackle the season ahead with McCoy's and be comfortable this season. To get your furnace ready, we are now offering one-time cleaning for only $90. Score big. Call McCoy's and schedule your $90 cleaning today. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Well, take a look down there on the field, and you're going to see a whole bunch of happy Bruins out there as they took control of this football game very early. Got off to the first 14 points of the game. Fayette Academy busts a 68-yard run down to the 2, and it takes 3 tries for them to eventually get in. They got in. It was the last time they would see the end zone as the Bruins, the rest of the way, went on a 40-0 run. All Bruins tonight. Another impressive performance for Coach Strapp and this USJ football team, Chuck.
If you were curious if maybe the big win last week, the dominating win over Jackson Christian, would give them a little bit of a jet lag, or maybe they were, coming down off a big win. No, none of that tonight. They look as sharp as ever.
Jet lag, huh?
Well, whatever. What do you want to say? What words
Definitely
do you like better?
Jet lag.
Okay, great. Let's run with that.
Sounds great.
But no, the Bruins are firing on all cylinders. Finch, Barksdale, Pettigrew, O'Neill, Jones, all the guys. You got guys like Christian Melton playing great. You heard his name a lot. Parker Barnes. I'm sorry, not Parker Barnes. I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. No.
Parker's out.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Why am I drawing a blank right now? Oh, come on, number 5. Here we go, Noah Spencer. Goodness gracious, I'm so sorry. Noah Spencer. He reminds me of Parker Barnes. Noah Spencer. Thank you, buddy. All playing great for the Bruins, but really they're firing on all cylinders. This is the team to beat in this region, in this area, and like you said, they're top 2 or 3 team in all of West Tennessee.
Regardless of the way they're playing. So let's talk about something here. Now, again, remember fall break is next week, so no games. Now, the schedule is such as they are going to be favored to whoever they play the rest of the way. The St. George game could be tough. They gave Jackson Christian a game. Now, let me say this. I don't think there's 42 points difference between the Bruins and the Eagles. I know for sure that the Bruins are a better football team. I don't know if there's 7 touchdowns
just
better.
Cut it in half and say 21.
But St. George has a really good quarterback, and they gave Jackson Christian some fits along the way. But they won't play a team in the regular season in the last 3 games that they're not better than. But because they've been playing so well right now, I don't know if I want. I mean, you have no choice. The fall break's going to be what it's going to be. But if I'm Coach Strapp, I want to keep playing. I mean, I know you get a chance to get Horton and Barnes, but I don't think they're going to be ready next week anyway. They may be one of them, maybe both. Who knows?
Hayes Carney was still out.
Carney. So maybe it's a chance to get healthy. But just based on the way this well-oiled machine is rolling right now, I don't know, man. If I'm Strapped, I want to play again tomorrow. Maybe.
Yeah, everything's hitting on all cylinders, and the team staying focused. That's what you like to see, staying disciplined. Had literally one mistake tonight, and they were able to, it was a touchdown, but it was they didn't get a touchdown until 3rd down, or was it 4th down they got the touchdown on.
Yeah.
They still had a really good red zone stand there for the Bruins. So, yeah, they're a fun team to watch. And, I mean, you can almost feel it, like as it gets chugging. Like as the drives go on, it's almost palpable up here in the press box. So, a lot of fun. I expect a lot of big things. We'll be calling these games into January. That's December.
When?
Yeah,
in January.
I know it's December. Yeah,
You might be. I won't be.
We're looking at national championship.
Man, hey, look, this is a very, very good football team tonight. Berkeley Pettigrew with another master performance.
Yeah.
And the guy is just doing everything right now. Man, if I got to give a player of the game, I guess Kevin Finch. Another big game here.
Yeah. He busts so many plays. It looks like he may, have a 3 or 4 yard gain. The next thing you know, it's a 40-yard carry.
Let me tell you what I like about this. What I'm seeing lately is, I think that the best player on this team is Jace Barksdale. But they haven't had to have him go off in the last couple of games. I mean, he's played outstanding, as he always does. But they haven't had to rely on him to have this monster game if they're going to win.
Yeah, Jace Barksdale does what he does. I'm telling you, where he helps this team the most is when he's on that island. When he's out there in that Barksdale Cove, one-on-one with, our best versus your best. And that, to me, he locked that Hardin County game. They could not throw to his side. They kept trying. They kept testing the waters. They found out no parties on Barksdale Cove. Yeah,
on that.
He's literally, for what this team needs, because they have plenty of weapons, that lockdown corner that he is, that because he can take on the best player you have, your best weapon on the offense. You saw it against Mosley last week, and Barksdale was outsized there, and he closed the doors on him.
Again, it's the final regular season game here at Kirkland Field. That's regular season anyway, but 2 weeks from tonight, we will be live at Trinity Christian as the Lions host your USJ Bruins. In the meantime, we want to thank of course, Paul Schulze and his whole team here at Worthy Road Studios for another outstanding job tonight. Bryce Mott producing and directing back at Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM, as he always does. Doing a great job. By the way, you'll want to join him from 9 to 10, the post-game show. He'll be coming your way, giving you all the updates. A lot of these games are still going on. Mm-hmm. They're in the early stages of the fourth quarter. So let him know the games you saw. He'll keep you updated with the scoreboard. And when they've all gone final, he'll take you all the way until 10 o'clock. So join him on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM. And by far, and most importantly, and first of all, thank you to my partner in crime right here,
thank
Mr.
you, my
Chuck
man.
Walker. Not a problem. And most importantly, by a million miles, for all of you who took the time to watch this game tonight, whether you watched it on the Facebook page or at WNWS, courtesy of Worthy Road Studios.
Go back and watch
Listened on 101.5 FM. By the way, you will be able to, let me make sure I got this right, Paul Schulze, they will be able to watch the replay of Jackson Christian. That is correct, yes?
Yes.
On YouTube. All right. That is not a Worthy Road Studio thing. Their internet was out at the entire school. So not much you can do about that when that is the case. But you will be able to watch that game. And by the way, last correct, it was 46-0 Jackson Christian.
Yeah, wasn't it like 23-0 the first time?
Yeah,
that was a Trinity game. 23-0 with 6 minutes to go.
46-0 at the half. It was all Jackson Christian against Windlass, Tipton, Rosemark. But if you want to watch that game, you can go back and watch it on YouTube for Jackson Christian on the YouTube channel there for Worthy Road Studios. So you can watch the game. You just weren't able to watch it live and in color. So to all of you out there, thank you so much. We'll see you in 2 weeks from Trinity Christian Academy as USJ looks to get to 7-1 on the season. So for Paul Schulze, Chuck Walker, the entire team, my name is Seabass. One more time from Kirkland Field, your final score, USJ 54 and Fayette Academy 7. Another big win for the Bruins. Have a great night, everybody.